Welcome back to episode 18 of the Quarantine Cast here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, joined by Bricks O'Brien. Very excited, Bricks O'Brien, as always, for these streams, as well as Vision Bricks is back with us as well.
How's it going?
He's got his new computer. We'll be getting all sorts of updates from that, I'm sure, as well. So we've got a great stream of just building and chatting for you. Lots of thoughts to share on some new sets. So let's just jump on into it. And here we go. So I will be building the one of the Lego house sets that I've had behind me here for a while. This is here. Let's see if I can show it on the build cam. There we go. This is the Tree of Creativity. It's actually signed by the designer there as well, which is cool. So this is one of the several exclusive Lego house sets that I've had just kind of on display, and finally going to start opening up and building some of these. So Brian, did you have any particular plans for what you were wanting to do?
Yeah, I went through the storage facility and I dug out the Friends set because I had this for a while. So I'm going to work on this. My building of sophisticated Lego things was really unleashed by building that beauty behind me. So I want to take it a little easy with this one here.
Yes.
And what did you think of that build behind you?
This beautiful piece of Lego technology and ingenuity here is amazing. My review on Beyond the Brick should be going up as soon as John approves it or needs me to edit more of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. But I'll let Kirk talk what he's doing before I go on tangents about Mario again.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No. We want to know, what are you working on, Kirk?
How's the computer treating you?
The computer's treating me good. I'm just working on a thumbnail for a stream that's going to take place eventually. I'm going to be playing Lego Ninjago Movie, the video game, but live on the channel. So that should be fun.
Oh,
a lot of people said that they wanted to see it, so I figured just give it a try, since the computer will definitely be able to handle that. So that should be interesting.
Big shout out to everyone in the chat as well who's joining us live. Thanks to everyone who's commenting. Looking forward to some good back and forth as always here.
As most of the time. Don't get it twisted.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Only sometimes. So it is August 4th, 2020. That means that a couple of Lego sets have been released since the last time we spoke, gentlemen, and everybody else in the chat. The August 1st sets are here, but not all the ones that people, I think, anticipated in every way, shape, and form. There was the release of the piano, as well as obviously the Super Mario stuff, of course. The Iron Man art. That's the only art, I think.
I think so.
The
Star
Monkey
Wars doesn't
Kid.
come out until September, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so they didn't release the rest of the Beatles and all that stuff yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No. They also released the Monkey King Brickhead, and I believe that is it so far. So quite a few releases that came out here, and I'm very happy to see that the response for Mario has been fairly positive overall. Very excited to see that from all the other people. So, yeah.
What have been some of the various anything that surprised you, Brian, or anything you maybe hadn't thought of yourself at this point?
Well, not necessarily. So, King Jang Bricks gave it a relatively positive review. He actually just posted his review earlier today.
Really? Okay.
I was listening to it on the car ride over here to see what he thinks that way, because he's got the perspective of somebody who is a tax-paying adult who doesn't care about Mario. So as a video game, even though he played video games in the early 80s, but he never played Nintendo, which is kind of ridiculous that he didn't, because Nintendo was a video game in the 80s besides Atari. So it's weird, but sure. But he liked it in terms of what it was, but didn't see a lot of the value outside of the initial unboxing, play with the coins a little bit, and then go about your day. But I left a comment on there about, hey, thank you for not just bashing it outright. And a lot of the value comes in Mario, because a lot of kids are just going to love hopping them around all across the house as opposed to playing the game over and over again. So that's the only thing he really had an issue with, was that play value of the system. But I'm like, yeah. But from everyone that I've heard from my corner of the internet, a lot of the parents love the instructions in the digital app. A lot more interactive and explain it very easily. So I'm seeing some people still with hesitation toward the digital instructions, but the instructions are available on the Lego website in case you do just want a JPEG to follow along with. So that is an option. But overall, I'm seeing people love it. So I'm very excited to see that. And I am very, very happy to see that once people got their hands on Lego Mario, then they get it. They totally get the system and the possibilities behind Mario. So very, very happy about that.
Yes.
As if I have personal investment in Lego or the team. I'm like, I'm like a shareholder. I'm like, all right, I have no investment in any of this. All right, nothing at all. I'm hoping it performs well for the sake of seeing more stuff, which it looks by. Okay, so I'll just keep going on the tangent while you guys build.
It's all good. Yeah, go for it.
So, as you would known, and Josh and Kirk and Beyond the Brick, but maybe not to the whole audience out there, I received one of everything courtesy of Lego through the powers of the O'Hanlon brothers. But the only thing I didn't receive, I did receive one of everything, including one of the character packs. And I tried to find all of the character packs beforehand, before the launch date, couldn't find them. Went to my local Lego store on Saturday, where I used to work at. Shout out to the Burlington, Massachusetts store once again. Went there. Day one, got in line, and they were asking at the door, all right, you here for the piano, the NES, the whatever, gave out tickets. And I wanted to get the NES that moment because I'm like, I want it as soon as I can. But I knew my review copy was on the way, so I didn't want to get a second one and then have somebody who wanted it not get their copy. So I was
very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
Yeah, and the review copy was actually supposed to show up today, and it actually showed up Sunday. So I built it on Sunday, and it was awesome. So I only had to wait an extra 24 hours. So it was perfect.
So set showed up earlier than expected, which is nice.
Yes.
I know we sometimes complain about how long it takes to get stuff from Lego, but that's good.
Yeah, no, it showed up early. I was very surprised by that, but did that and then got the character pack. So I have one of everything, including the gift with purchase, the poly bag, all the sets. The only thing I'm missing is Bullet Bill. I'm missing the Bullet Bill character pack. That is it. So I'm going to get that eventually. But the line outside of the door, obviously people social distancing. You can only let 7 people in the store at a time. But the line was just ridiculous. And the NES was sold out by noon at that store. They made their goal for the day tenfold, not tenfold, but it was crazy how quickly all that sold out. Piano sold out. It was a good day for the high ups at the big red brick in the sky. So very excited to see people like it. And I was even selling it to people in line because they're like, I'll get the Mario starter set eventually, whatever. And I'm like, the moment you get your hands on Mario, you'll get it. You'll understand what it's all about. And people so far I've seen online have enjoyed it for what it is. And all that, this digital Mario is, it's all starting to simmer down now. It's starting to simmer down once you get a hold of it. So
that's what I had figured, and that's certainly what I had hoped as well. So hopefully people are enjoying it then.
Yeah, the thing is when we're in a position where we can get our hands on this stuff early, and it feels like, all right, how much can you trust this guy who got access to it 2 months early for free from Lego? Like, all right, how biased is his opinion? Because it's free, So now that people actually have it, they know I'm not just a crock of whatever, right? I'm actually saying it is good, Mm-hmm. What and Stud City is saying once you play with it, it really does suck you in. Exactly. It totally enraptures you. And especially when you combine it with this, I talk about it in my review, but when you combine this with the NES, it all connects, and you would not be able to have the moment of the Mario spitting out the song as you're cranking through the level with a standard Mario minifigure. I'm not saying I don't want Lego Mario minifigures standard size. I do, but that moment would not be possible with a standard minifigure. So it's just a different approach. It's a different everything, and it's working as far as I can tell. So.
Yeah.
You also couldn't have Boone perform an autopsy on a standard Mario minifigure either.
I knew. So I was talking with some people, Joshua, and somebody linked it, and I said that video is going to get more views than any of my other reviews. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, it's going to get more views, and people are going to. What do you know it, Joshua? It's at what, 130,000 views?
Something like that.
100. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. 130,000 views, chat. Now, I'm not saying 143,000. Excuse me. I'm not saying I'm upset that Boone taking apart my sweet, beautiful plastic boy not only made me tear up, but not only that, but I put hours and hours worth of work into doing these reviews to make a good impression on Lego with Beyond the Brick and the audience, making sure I'm pouring my heart and soul into this thing I've been looking forward to since I was a child. And here Boone is just tearing it all apart, tearing everything I've ever loved apart for the sake of educating people. And I've never felt more discouraged in my life. So thank you, Boone Langston, Lego Master Boone Langston, for tearing me, literally tearing everything I love apart. Literally. That's actually what he's doing. So I knew I wasn't the highest in your books before, Boone, but now, hey man, here it is. There it is. And
just total destruction of everything you've ever hoped and dreamed of there, Brian.
Yeah, and this is not the first time. It won't be the last time. But you know what? Here we are. But I knew that, that would perform really well and people really like seeing it because nobody else had done it. And it's like, all right. Just tear it apart to see what.
You did message me right when that video went up, and you're like, "Oh, this is going to be a popular video."
Yeah.
You're very good at predicting when the video will be popular, so you've got that going for you.
I do, yes. And because that Mario was not functioning in the way that it was intended to, so I had already done all my videos for it and a lot of the content for Beyond the Brick. So, like, all right, send it to Boone and let's find out what's inside. I mean. I could have taken it apart, but it would not have had the same level of detail, or I would just like crack them open, like
Well, I thought Boone was just gonna like cut him in half with a saw or something like that.
Yeah,
but
me too.
This approach was really good because you actually see how it comes together. So he did a good job with that, and
he actually put it back together when it was done. Like he made it functional again, other than the hair not sticking on there. Like it looked just like Mario again. So he put them back together.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cool,
No, thanks for sending that out to him. I'm glad that.
Yeah, no, it's my dreams getting crushed is a part of the job. That's a part of the job. It's fine.
Hey, that's the story of YouTube, though. You put stuff out there and you never know. I mean, that's what we found like day one on YouTube is so many different things. Like we never would have known that like GBC videos would become so popular, or lots of different videos like that. So many different things that take off that you never would have thought of.
Yeah.
So.
And it is cool to see what's inside Mario. And I had known from the moment it was released, or even that when that demo video was first out on a live stream, I was like, I guarantee you that is one giant screen and the plastic covers up the nose and everything else. And that's exactly what it was. There's a little speaker in there. It's a little circuit board. Like that view right there. That is absolutely terrifying, and is way more terrifying than Mario having the blacked out eyes and mouth. That is nightmare fuel. Even I'm like, all right, that's a little creepy, but you're never supposed to see that, So, it's pretty interesting to see what goes into it, and I'm glad he tore it apart and just showed people like it's educational. See, and all that technology is very condensed in there too. So, yeah, it works.
Oh, there was a comment earlier, Brian. Maybe you can shed some light and some of your thoughts on this from Fabrizio, one of our Lego friends in Peru that we met up with last year. He's concerned that the Mario was not strong enough and it would fall apart with kids playing with it. So what would your response to that be?
contrary to what Boone is showing you right here, this will not fall apart very easily. This is Boone literally taking apart Mario with a screwdriver and prying off his hair and his overalls and the back of them and everything. Like, it takes a lot to break Mario. Mario is a pretty dense piece of technology overall, and he's got a little bit of weight to it. So unless you're going to punt him on the ground, it's not going to crack or break or anything. This is designed for heavy play, as well as the stickers that are on each of the different tile pieces. So that way you can hop him around and whatnot. Yeah, he's not hollow either. The batteries make him feel a lot more dense, and it is definitely not as solid as a McDonald's toy. This still has the same level of detail and care that's been put into it as any other Lego thing ever. This is definitely not a lower grade plastic or anything like that. He still fits with the Lego seal of quality in every way, shape, and form. So don't get any ideas about that. Same little, quality.
That's good. That's what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Joseph Swada says, don't comment on Mario's weight. It's not polite.
Hey, me and him got to go to Planet Fitness. We got to go back. Yeah, we both gotta.
I was surprised at the number of Nintendo fan sites that picked up on the tearing apart the Mario video. I guess it makes sense that maybe general Nintendo fans would find that interesting as well, but I hadn't expected that.
Oh, how many Nintendo sites picked up that video?
Yeah, and we're sharing that and writing articles about the video. There were several. I don't know if they're big ones or not. I'm not familiar enough with the Nintendo fandom, but there were several sites.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the Nintendo fans, if you think Lego fans are very critique heavy and, they give their opinion and they stand by it and that's it and slam their fists down on the table, video game fans are even more like that tenfold. So a lot of those fans that are ingrained with Mario and don't get Lego, they don't care. They just want to see what he looks like on the inside. I saw one person review it or talk about it. And they're like, yeah, so you just crank the thing on the side of the TV and that's it? You're done? You can't play with it. What do you do? I just buy a video game. And it's a totally different philosophy from buying a Lego set to, playing a video game. So a lot of people just don't get it because they don't get Lego, but that's a different argument in itself.
Yeah.
What has the thoughts from the Nintendo side of the fandom been? Have you, especially as the sets are out now, has there been more talk from just kind of general Nintendo fans, maybe not so much Lego fans?
Well, so a lot of the Nintendo fan sites report on it because they're reporting on a new Nintendo thing, but they're not giving it the attention that obviously I am or we are or any Lego channel would, because it's just another footnote. Because video game news happens like this.
Yeah,
there's a new thing every second. So it wasn't as big of a focus for them. But I think for kids and people who love Nintendo as in general are gravitating toward it more just because of the technology and it, all that.
That makes sense. Yeah. Forget how much just Nintendo has so much going on. There's obviously a lot to cover there.
Yeah, they don't have a lot going on at this very moment because of everything going on, and they just don't have any things announced, but yeah.
This set doesn't come with numbered bags, so you just have to open everything and lay it all out.
Oh, you're going to be there a while.
Oh, God.
I got the minifig together here. Let's see.
Cool.
Was that how the last house set was, or no?
I don't know. This is actually the first Lego House exclusive set I've built.
I built the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were not that way. They were each their own bag.
Okay.
I've had them all, just collected them sealed and have them on display, but now I'm gonna actually break them open. These live streams are good times to actually get the sets built.
Yeah.
Totally. So that came out. The piano came out. My store did not get many of the piano, so I did not get the piano either. So I don't know what the consensus on that is yet. I don't know who has a review out or anything, just like thoughts. If anybody,
yeah, I actually haven't heard a whole lot of like discussion about the piano. I don't know, maybe if it's taking people some time to get stuff out there.
Probably because everybody, at least doing content, probably prioritize the NES because it's a Nintendo and it's fun and it's new. The piano would take a lot longer, probably.
Right.
Joseph Zawada asking,
2 days ago. 2 days ago, one person uploaded something. Brady, however you pronounce his last name, and it's a review of it. 6 minutes 49 seconds, 8.3K views.
Sure.
So that's about it. And there's someone else that got it as well. So it's still not a lot. It's like a handful of videos that are out, like physically reviewing it.
Lego needs to stop releasing new sets because Jang has yet to do my Fort Lego Rado review. So I'm upset about that.
Well, then now that you have the August 1st stuff, well, the next batch is going to be on September 1st or August 15th, whatever, for all the Star Wars and all the everything else.
Not good.
I know, right? Joseph was asking me earlier, how am I enjoying Origami King? I beat Origami King like a week and a half ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
When you say you beat a game, does that mean like the main storyline, or do you have to like complete like every single part of a game, or is that game just one kind of general storyline and then you're done?
No, I sometimes 100% games. Rarely do I do it for a playthrough, but if I really enjoy the game, I'll 100% it probably on my own time. But complete it means complete the main story, at least.
Okay.
For me. So yeah, that's where I was. I really liked it a lot. I think it's my second favorite Mario game of all time, beating out the Nintendo 64 game, which may sound very weird for those who are Paper Mario fans, like what? But yeah, so
this was like what, the third or fourth installment in that series? Or the fifth? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot. There
have been a lot, and the newest version of the series is on the Switch, so it performed pretty well, you know. Couple of questions, I guess, about Hidden Side and Harry Potter coming to the US. I think it's either August 15th or September 1st. I don't know for sure.
We need Mike to stop in with the news updates.
Yes. I've been peer pressuring Mike constantly. Like, you need to ignore work and get in these live streams. And he's like, oh no, but Brian, I'm busy. I'm working my professional job. And it's like, well,
you've got breaking news from producer John. The Mario ASMR video that Brian made just got a comment from someone saying it's their favorite ASMR video ever.
Well, see, now you're just trying to make me feel good, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Anything to boost my confidence. What was that? Brick Star Wars boy? Was it Milan? Like who did you pay off, John? To comment on that. You can be honest.
Completely neutral third party.
Yes, that's it. The comment just happens to be from Timmy O'Hanlon. Totally different guy. Totally different guy.
Totally no relation.
No relation. Same day as the Star Wars. I think all that stuff is September 1st. I think like everything that wasn't like Hidden Side, Harry Potter, Star Wars, like that's going to be a big day too. It should have been previous years. It was August 1st, but yeah. Milan saying, do you think Jang could have done ASMR? Oh, he could have. He just found something better to do with his time. That's the difference. Jang just doesn't have time for all that stuff. Jang is actually not, from what he said, doing any of the other Mario additional kits. So, Joshua, he may be getting around to Fort Legorado sooner than you might think.
Oh, I hope so. So he only did the starter pack then, and that's going to be it?
He said he was only going to do the starter course, which I'm like, all right, that's fine. And technically, his Pure Build channel is ASMR. So,
yeah, he definitely goes for that ASMR vibe with that channel.
Yep. Totally.
So, Mark in the chat, have you heard anything about the lights coming from Lego?
Oh yeah, did you end up seeing that a
Oh,
while ago?
I have not followed that.
So there's a company out there called Light My Bricks that are very, very expensive light kits that are available for your Lego sets, not officially from Lego. And there was a post or something somebody saw a while ago of those kits being rebranded into Lego Light in official Lego stores, and then nobody has heard anything about it since. So no idea, but they are basically the same images and the same lights as the Light My Bricks kits.
okay.
Oh, so was that the controversy around like kind of taking fan design, basically?
Well, yeah, but I think like that post from it was a while ago, like mid last year. It was the image that they use on the front of the box is basically from their same website, and it's the same exact thing. So people are thinking, and like the actual, I think it is on like the circuit board or something in there. It says Light My Bricks. So I think it's from Lego teaming up with them to see what happens, but nothing,
Okay.
Supposedly October is when the Lego Light stuff is coming out. I never heard of anything about that, Jeff, though. Like that might be, but I haven't seen anything about it at all. I really want to get a Lego Light kit to light up my Hogwarts castle, but the one that they have on Light My Bricks is like $230. It's like, man,
Whoa, just for the lights?
just for the lights.
Oh my.
It's a lot of lights. It's a lot of lights, but still,
That's like almost as much as the kit costs.
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I feel like, yeah. I got you. So yeah, you were right. Thank you, John, for linking that in the private chat here. So yeah, it's basically like controversy around the idea there, but you can see what the box looks like. It's called Lego Night Mode. So Hogwarts has 74 LED lights and 11 expansion boards, but yeah, you can see on one of these shots here at some point it says Light My Bricks on the actual thing, But Light My Bricks was, I guess, stealing Brick Stuff's design, so I don't know anything about that.
It goes deeper.
It goes a lot deeper. Hey, man, I don't know. All I know is that I saw the post, and I'm like, all right, cool. There it is. I know nothing about stealing of anything. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. When was that? When did that come out? That post was in
I don't
February.
remember.
That felt like middle of last year. Oh, my goodness.
That's
I was going to say, it didn't seem like it was that long ago when you said that.
It did for me. I thought it was, oh, goodness. That's intense.
So yeah, this is a big article from the Brick Fan if people want to check it out.
Yeah, that's a whole big thing there. They announced it was a collab with Lego. Lego announced a department to receive inputs from Lego-related businesses to collaborate to see where the brand has legs. This picture were part of a marketing research event to see consumers' thoughts on the price. And the price is kind of redonkulous, if you ask me. But, hey, whatever works. I would definitely hesitate to buy a $230 light kit for Hogwarts, and I have because I haven't gotten it yet.
I mean, what that turns that set into what? Like, it's how much does that retail for? $350?
400.
400? Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like a $630 set then if you got that lighting kit?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like the lights on it look beautiful, and I'm sure it works even better if you're building the set alongside the lights and have it all integrated in there well. But yeah, I don't know. And you can buy LED strips for much less. But also, Jeff, it's a convenience of having it in one box that people are like, they like. But no, I get where you're coming from, though.
It's like a Lego set where you could always, part it out part by part on Bricklink and buy it that way, but it's a lot easier and a lot more convenient to just buy the set.
Totally. Absolutely. Let's see. I'm afraid that the lights will take up space on the interior and make the back look very awkward and bad. Yeah, I think that's a part of the issue too there, Milan. You're not wrong, but I think some people just won't care if it means that they can have it as a display piece lit up. Because, you know, if you're having it on a shelf for display, you're typically not looking at the back that's kind of ugly, you know? So I don't think people will really care, but you're right. Brian, what are you building? I'm building the central perk as of right now. How far will I get? I don't know, but that's what I'm building as of right this second. I finished the NES. I wanted to save it for my live stream Monday and finish it today, but I couldn't help myself.
I wondered about that.
Yep.
How long do you think that build took you? Do you have an estimate?
I'm a very slow builder. So 6 hours.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it's a decent sized set.
Yeah, 2,646 pieces, but that was me going straight through too. I took a break because the console and the TV are two different instruction books, so you can work with it that way and build it with somebody else if you wanted to. But yeah. There's that. Should I get Bowser's Castle? Yes, you should. If you are able to swing it, if you were to get any Mario sets, I recommend the starter course, obviously. Bowser's Castle. I really like King Boo's Haunted Yard. And the Desert Pokey. The Desert Pokey.
Have you maybe you've mentioned it on a stream in the past, but have you said your favorite Mario set up to this point? Do you have a favorite one?
I don't think I've said a definitive set, but out of all of them, yeah, it's King Boo's Haunted Yard.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know the square. What is it? The square Boo is rather controversial.
The square King Boo is only controversial with Kevin Hinkle and nobody else because Kevin Hinkle doesn't have good opinions on anything at all.
Kevin,
shout out to Kevin being in the chat. There he is. There he is. Just summoning him right there. Yep. Right on cue. The man who's supposed to be on vacation already coming in here trying to catch some heat. There he is. No, you did not miss any hot take opinions. I was going over how people thought about the Mario stuff so far and gauging opinions from there. So
the interesting thing is with that NES, you've got to have, well, you don't have to have Mario, obviously, to have the NES set, but it interacts with the Mario.
Yep.
So are there people, buying that starter course, like just because maybe they don't have any interest in the Mario sets themselves, but they buy it to get Mario for the NES?
I actually witnessed that twice on release day, where I was talking about it with people in line, and then they're like, "Oh, I'll pick up the Mario starter course at another time," and then I see them at the checkout with the starter course and the NES. So, yeah.
Well,
so in case Lego had any doubt that the influence of the Beyond the Brick crew was not worthwhile sending the product, send more. I'll sell it. I'll be a corporate chill puppet all the live long day if it means I get more Mario stuff to review. It's all good. All good.
Yeah, Joseph Sawada said that's what he did. He said he'll get the others later when he can afford it, but he just got the NES and the starter kit. The starter kit is $60?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so man, this is tough building on a stream and like talking. It's very difficult.
Yes, it is. That's why you don't build Technic sets. As Boone and I learned the hard way. We did one Technic stream with the Jet, and both of us ended and we're like, okay, we're never building a Technic set on the stream again.
Oh yeah, you have to focus on that one intently.
Yeah.
Brian is capable of selling his soul to the Lego group. Not my entire soul, but yes. Yes, I will shill. I'll shill for sure. But also, if it's only for things that I enjoy and can genuinely endorse, like in my review of the Mario overalls, like those different power up packs, a lot of the value isn't there for $10 if you buy all 4 of them, but if you buy one of them, it's a bit more digestible. So I don't unabashedly love everything. It's just, there is some inherent bias there, but I made that evident in all the reviews and every time I talk about it, really.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I make it evident. I'm not trying to mislead anybody or sugarcoat it or whatever.
Have you seen the people saying that Lego ripped off the fan design for the NES, the guy who had it displayed at Bricks Cascade last year?
Well, considering Lego has a product development timeline, how many years in advance? Like, at some point there's going to be some overlap, but if he had just designed that and had it out like to show for the public last year, that was probably already in development for a long time.
That's what I always try to tell people, but I think similar cases happen and people are like, oh, well, how could it happen this many times? But I honestly think it just comes down to, lots of good builders approaching the same thing in similar ways, and it's just going to look similar. And I know people don't want to believe that, and they want to think there's some conspiracy and that designers are ripping off fans, but I just don't see any evidence of that. I think when people are building the same thing, it's obviously going to have a lot of similarities because you're depicting the same thing.
Yeah, and that had happened a couple other times before. I remember a big thing was the helicarrier was on Lego Ideas, and then magically 4 months later, it's on shelves as an official Lego Marvel set. And people are like, well, why don't you give credit to the designer who made the helicarrier and whatnot? But that was already a thing well in advance with Marvel that they had discussed in a boardroom years ago to make, and then boom, there it is, So,
and we did what's it called? We did do a video on that, right? A while ago.
Who?
I think that was us, Beyond Brick.
Yeah, I did make a video maybe a year ago or something now about basically saying like trying to explain to people how Lego is not stealing fan ideas, and talking a lot about how they have stuff in production way far ahead of time. And again, a big thing being like, if you're building similar things, like say it's something based on a movie, I think that's a big thing. If you're building the same scene or something from a movie, then there's going to be a lot of similarities no matter who does it.
Yeah, Milan said the Ghostbusters Firehouse as well. There's a lot of instances, unfortunately. Joseph saying, that weirded me out. People will design a mock from an IP Lego works with and then claim theft. Well, Joseph, you said that, and if you said the thing. And yeah. Let's see. Do you recommend the Super Mario blind bags? Yeah, sure. Why not? Right. And this is a much more, as I'm looking at this model here for the NES, this is a different sort of model in itself, that it's automated. And the way that Mario moves across the front of the board is very different. So there are different things there. It's not one-to-one, There is a difference in stealing versus inspiring others. I don't see theft, but I won't deny a plethora of designers browse fan creations for inspiration. Yeah, I think that's evident with, any creative medium. There's going to be inspiration from, one place over another, and creative minds like to get inspired by others. And, I watch other people's videos and reviews and content. Like it's just going to happen at some point, Yeah.
I think there's also this idea, though, that like somehow the designers in Billund need to be like taking designs as if they're not like some of the most talented Lego builders in the world that are fully capable of coming up with their own designs and doing this on their own. So I think that comes just from there's obviously, because most Lego fans aren't going to be able to go to Billund and maybe have never met a designer before. So there's that disconnect there. Thinking that, maybe they, just don't have the talent or something, or need to be taking designs because they can't figure it out on their own.
Yeah, which they definitely don't need to.
Right.
Riggs is saying, we stand on the shoulders of giants. It's always been this way. In every capacity and almost every facet of life, this is true. There's always a remix of something from somewhere, as Recreation said. Like it's all, yeah. You just gotta think of it that way. You can't like just say, "Oh, well, they stole it," and call it a day. You gotta have like that. You gotta construct that opinion a bit more well thought out, I guess. That's exactly if someone tries to claim something is stolen. Just look at the designer's history of projects. They are very talented people. Exactly. They Lego designers would not need to steal something from a fan to justify their own product. And even then, it would be a very long process of, getting that product to store shelves and all that. So, yeah, I don't see any argument there either. But
I don't have Stuart in the chat to tell me if I'm messing up the pieces, so I'm trying to be careful here.
tread lightly. Tread lightly. You cracking open something there, Kirk?
Yes, I am. Actually, I finished my thumbnail now, so I'm gonna
Nice.
rebuild this set over here from Jurassic World. It's the Dilophosaurus Outpost attack. I believe it was a Walmart exclusive.
Kevin's saying something true. I mean, Brian steals ideas from me all the time, but I still like them. And I ask you for permission. I ask you for permission about ideas. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I steal this real quick? And he's like, yeah, go for it. Like, as long as it's, but me and Kevin are friends. Yeah, yeah.
It's okay to steal from your friends.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Okay. This is a much more detailed build than I thought too. This is 1,000 pieces, this friend said. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of small pieces packed in there, isn't there? So, kind of little details throughout the build.
Absolutely. I did know, John, that you put Mario in fire, then you put him in water. He gets more coins because you relieved him from being in the fire. So all that interactivity is great with Mario. I have definitely had a good fill on my Mario playing for a while, and I'm very glad now that now that the review is hopefully done, and then it goes live on Beyond the Brick. I can sit back and enjoy all the Mario stuff for myself. As you can see back here, the whole kit and caboodle setup. So. Did anyone check if Mario floats? No. There is technology inside of him, and I don't want the batteries to short circuit. So if you want to try it yourself, go for it. You have a good time with that one, buddy.
That's Boone's next project.
Yeah, that's another 150,000 views right there.
You know what, Brian? You better go snatch it up right now. You better go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll just buy more Mario and break them real quick.
Oh, boy. All right, let me go take care of this thing real quick. Be right back.
Cool.
It's definitely difficult not having numbers here because then I've just got all the pieces out here.
I knew a guy while working at the Lego store that he, older gentleman, he bought 4 modulars and he dumped out all the pieces from all the bags into one bin and built them one at a time. And I'm not kidding.
What in the world? Like, just like as a challenge, or
he's like, I just want to take my time. You poured out 4 different modulars into one bin. I was like, yeah.
That would be so frustrating.
But you know what? If you have nothing else to do and you got a lot of time to kill, hey man, And this was before, stay-at-home orders or anything like that. He was just doing it for the heck of it.
Oh, here's the piece. Found it.
I don't go by the bags when I build a set. Oh, Jeff, you're just so cool. You're just so...
Sorry, we're not as talented as you, Jeff.
Oozing cool, Jeff. Jeez. Wow. Can I get your autograph? Man, I wish I could do that. Yeah, dump it all into a pile and just go buck wild for it. Oh, absolutely. But no, I don't got time for that. Not a chance.
I like taking my time, with builds, but one build is enough. You don't need to mix the parts from another build in there.
Not at all. Does anyone know how much just the Mario figure costs? You know what? No. I'm going to look on Bricklink right now and see what people are selling them for. I have not looked anything up.
What about a Mario figure that's been taken apart and put back together?
That is worth the price of my happiness. So $39.99. Okay, so there's only one individual selling Mario as he is, complete with the overalls and everything else, for $30 from Spain.
Oh, because with the NES, you'd think there would be a big market for that. Just the Mario.
Yeah, but it's still new. So
yeah,
$30 is about where I figured Mario would be worth anyways, outside of the package. So 30 to $35, and then there's 200 pieces in there. So yeah, that makes sense. About $30. Yeah, 36 is not too bad. 30 is not too bad. I would say about 30. If you can get Mario for $30, complete with like the overalls, the hat, and everything else, yeah, that's good.
What are is it Bowser Jr.? Is he the only unique enemy in that starter kit? Can you get everything else in different sets?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yep, Bowser Jr. is a unique one. And also a topic of discussion now that Mario is out. Because I didn't want to say before the sets were released what I want in the future and what I think is feasible and practical. So that can be a whole diatribe if people want me to go into that. But now that sets are released, I feel like I have the audacity to now ask for whatever comes in the future. But I don't want to stand on my privileged high horse before it even came out and be like, oh, well, I want this next. It's like, this is old. Like,
So I know we've discussed, several times in the past on streams, kind of your thoughts on what future products could be. So now that we've seen the NES, the Mario sets are out. Have you revised that much of like where you think Lego is headed, or what you would like to see from them? What you think might come out next?
So I like that. I like the building system that they have there. I like what the idea is, and I could see them going forward with even more. It's going to be interesting how how they're going to execute on the next wave of these type of building play sets, because I think there is going to be at least one more wave of them. So I think there's going to be another starter course, because they have multiple of every other thing, expansion set, minifigures, whatever, or not minifigures, the character packs. So what would be next for a character to be featured in a starter course? What is the next character that they could take that looks just like this, but you just make him green and you just give him a little different mustache. You make him a little terrified with a little bit different voice lines. It's Luigi. It is absolutely Luigi, and he more than deserves to be a figure just like this. And I think it's going to happen. But then that also raises the question of, if they come out with Luigi, you want more equal representation. You have to have a female in this form, right? Got to have the girl, right? Now, do they put Princess Peach looking like this? Or do they do Rosalina? Or what do they do from here? Or do they just keep it with Mario and leave it at that? Because if you do Luigi, I feel like you have to do Princess Peach, and you can't make Princess Peach just acting like a mini doll, or like with Yoshi or Toadette, where it's just an interactive, tile, and that's it. I think there's going to be something more to it, because Peach deserves that. She's playable in a lot of the Mario Brothers games in general, and she can hold her own. So she's not just some princess in a castle that's hanging out. So how would they pull off that look with the boxy look? I don't know. And then, what characters do they do after that? So I think that this is going to be something they go forward with for, I want to say right here would be January 1st for Luigi. If I had to guess, I don't think this is going to be a Harry Potter situation where they come out with 5 sets once a year and call it a day. I think they're going to do a bit more with the line. And Nintendo has plenty to draw from in terms of new things to add into the series and keep the momentum going there. There is Series 1 of the character packs, so that would imply a Series 2. We also saw with Unikitty that, well, there's no Series 2 of that because the sales are poo-poo. So if the sales for this are garbage, there's not going to be a Series 2. But I think there will be because it's Mario, it's whatever. And it's not Unikitty an original show. So if I had to formulate a proper prediction for the next wave of things, it would be a starter course like Mario, except with Luigi, because then you could take all of the outfits from Mario and plop them into Luigi, except for changing the hat. There's an M on like the Builder Mario suit and all that. Swap it out for an L, you're fine, whatever. So January 1st, you get that. I think the starter course will come with more of the haunted sort of spooky things because Luigi's Mansion, October, Halloween, it fits all perfectly. So you get a Boo in the starter course because you only get Boo in Bowser's Castle, which is kind of ridiculous. I think it should have been in King Boo's Haunted Yard, but whatever. And then it would come with another enemy, a mid-size enemy, or a friendly character like Egad or someone like that. In terms of other expansion packs they could have for January 1st, I don't know, because a lot of these ideas are not from traditional Mario games. They are just based off of whatever LEGO comes up with. So that could be something entirely new that I can't think of right now. So there's plenty of sub-themes they haven't gone with for, like there's underwater areas that they technically haven't done with the Mario sets. There's like poison platform levels. They haven't even really dived into the spooky stuff quite yet. There's King Boo's Haunted Yard, but that's it. So there's even more that they could go with that. And that's not even touching on if they did minifigure type things. I thought, what if they came out with the NES here, except it's the SNES with Super Mario World. And I'm like, will that be an actual product that they would do? Would that hit just as well with this? I don't think so. I think that this being a one-off product of the NES retro throwback with the CRT and everything, it's meant to be its own thing. I don't think that's meant to get a sequel. So then, if they were to come out with a UCS set after that, what would it be? I've been saying for the longest time, Princess Peach's Castle, as if that would be in the same vein as Cinderella's Castle. $350, 4,000 pieces. You got standard minifigures in there. And somehow you combine Digital Mario into the top of the castle foyer, and it makes a certain sound, probably like the Rainbow Ride theme or the Castle Secret Slide or something. You could even put Mario into like different areas of the castle to make different sounds, because all it is a little readable tile. They just got to program the sounds into here and call it a day. So it's not call it a day. It's more complex than that, but the same idea is there. So that would be for a UCS set. If I had to think of something in vein of Bowser to have for a UCS big set, Bowser's airship makes the most sense. People love pirate ships. They love steampunk. It's kind of steampunk-like in that sense. It can approach to Princess Peach's castle. It'd be about this big. Be a big airship, probably like $200. So that's what I would say for that.
That sounds amazing.
And that doesn't even, none of that even touches on Mario Kart, the biggest racing franchise, I believe, in the world. So there's not a chance they don't do Mario Kart something eventually. And they could have all sorts of different sounds coming out of Mario. So if you bought this Mario as a supplementary thing to all of the different sets that come out potentially in figure form, then you can have even more interactivity with your sets. So I think that might be a bigger part of the grand conspiracy there for what Nintendo and LEGO want to do, that this starter course, if things go swimmingly and there were more, large sets, if there were minifigure scale sets, you would have this be a supplementary thing to all of the different sets that might come out in the future, have the expansion sets to go along with this. So I think it might just me be sensationalizing, of course, it might be, but if I were sitting in the boardroom on my throne, like, all right, here's what we do. Here's what's happening. That's my 4D chess grand mastermind plan of what would happen. But I don't have any sort of inkling on what could come next. Like for sure, like a well-detailed wave. I just have ideas that they could do based on what we've seen with the Lego Super Mario stuff and with the NES. So that's my analysis so far. We'll see what happens 2021. I'm glad I have the sets I do now. Enjoy them, let it digest, let it ferment like a fine wine, let it stay there. And then 2021, new wave of stuff. And you want Lego Legend of Zelda, Kevin? I think that is also going to happen too. You know, you've been one of the people saying most, you know, this has to perform well if they want to release Zelda and people want to buy Zelda. I think that's going to happen too. What's also interesting to note, if you look on like the Lego website, they call it Lego Super Mario. They don't call it Lego Nintendo if you're shopping by category or by theme rather. So all of that could change easily. But who knows? Who knows down the line what might change, what might not. Like Stranger Things, it's its own theme, which is kind of interesting. So like it's kind of weird how it breaks out in certain ways. So will there be Lego Legend of Zelda, Lego Smash Bros? I don't know, but that's what I think so far.
There you go, folks. Bricks O'Brien on the record. You can consult this video a year from now and see how it did.
Yes, exactly.
Do you see any limitations to the current, like the starter kit and the current play style, the sets that they've released so far? Is that something that kind of has limitless opportunities to create different types of Mario worlds and enemies and everything that you can continue to play with? Or are there any limitations there? Do you think people will get tired of it, or Lego might run out of ideas in how to incorporate the like electronic Mario with those sets?
So you're going to see people making a whole bunch of unique things from the system of Mario. I even just saw on Reddit a little while ago, a guy made a big giant blooper and had the play functionality where you slam down Mario and the whole blooper goes back and he grabs a bunch of coins just by doing that. So there's still plenty of possibilities with that. And the fact that Lego is doing things from their own mind in terms of creativity, not relying solely on the games for inspiration, is good. It's even more possibilities, because if you do a Princess Peach's Castle or something like that, it needs to be somewhat more in line with the games in that way. So in terms of the play sets, I think it's limitless possibility there. But even further beyond that would be for Mario to read unique tiles in all the different sets. That way there's, you know, sound interactivity with the other sets. So that's just an idea I thought of literally as I was talking and explaining my thoughts just now. If you had Princess Peach's Castle, popped Mario at the top, and then he somehow plays the castle lobby music, dun 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 na 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 na, like that would be amazing, and that would sell even more starter kits. And it seems to work. It seems to work a little bit too well, and maybe that's just me extrapolating and trying to come up with ideas and try to sensationalize here. But if I had to put on that side of my brain of like, all right, how can I make the most mileage out of selling as many of these things as I possibly can if I'm Lego, well, that'd be a great way to do it. But I don't know. I don't know anything. Nobody's told me anything. I wish people told me something, but nobody.
You're waiting for someone to send you some kind of information.
You know, I tried paying off Justin Ramsden. I sent him a $20 bill. He never got back to me. So I don't I don't know. But hey, you know, it's fine.
Bribing designers doesn't always work out, sadly.
No, it doesn't. I thought it would. I thought it would. But no, not quite. So you got some good people working over there, Lego. Congratulations. I want Lego military. Well, you keep waiting. You keep waiting. That's
you might have to wait even longer than Brian did for the Mario sets.
And we'd like to thank our sponsor, Brickmania, for being part of today's program. Go to brickmania.com for all your military stuff Lego won't do.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm. We want a Exegol throne room battle. Well, first of all, you putting the hashtag in the chat doesn't do anything, but I agree. I was actually watching. I was skimming through The Rise of Skywalker the other day, and I was like, why do we not have a set of super old, decrepit, evil, sinister Palpatine with the giant robotic arm from Exegol? Why is there not a Lego set of that? Like, the movie came out, what, 9 months ago? Like, how is that not a thing? It's crazy. Have you seen the Lego Ideas Krusty Burger? That would be perfect for the return of the Lego Simpsons. Does the Simpsons need a return, though? Does it? No, it doesn't. No, we can leave it. No. They did. Yeah, all these people. I got this Kevin Hinkle guy talking to me, and he's like, Brian, I really want them to do Lego Legend of Zelda. You're telling me they're going to do 2 series of Simpsons minifigures and they're not going to do Legend of Zelda anything? You're hallucinating. Absolutely, they're going to do it. Give it time. Give it time. Can you believe they did 2 series of Simpson minifigures? Who asked for that? Nobody asked for that. Come on. Like, I mean, that's just me. I know there's a lot of diehard Simpsons fans out there. But, hey, man, I don't know, man. You know?
Just alienating all the Simpsons fans. Thanks for that.
Hey, Simpsons apparently hasn't been good for 20 years. So even the Simpsons fans are like, yeah, we don't deserve the attention. It's fine. We don't have nothing's been good for a while. John saying he wanted $100 Exegol throne room. Yeah, again, I'm very surprised. There's a set for that, but there's no set for that. But there's a set for the remaining Knights of Ren that they did nothing with in the movie. Like, you know, Alyssa's saying, "Who asked for that? I didn't ask for that. I'm just saying." I'd like to think that every opinion I have is a correct one. Whatever I say should go. Whatever I don't say, leave it on the scrap room floor. Let's just, these blue clone troopers, whatever. Forget about them. Let's get more Mario. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go.
What do you think of that, Kirk?
Think about that very one-sided opinion, right?
No, the fact that every one of Brian's opinions is correct.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about
all right,
that.
So Kirk, what do you want to see? If you all right, I have just deemed thee Kirk Wilson, the head of the chair of the big red brick in the sky. You're on your throne. You got the cape. You got the hat. All right. Okay. What are you making happen? What's the deal?
Well, first of all, we need for Lego to make sets from the prior, like pre-MCU sort of movies. So like before it was officially known as like cinematic.
You're telling me they're gonna make sets on the old Fantastic Four? Okay, I'm like,
no, like, well, when I say like, no, not that. That would suck. That would suck. No, what we need, what I'm talking about when I say like free MCU, like sort of like Iron Man, like that before it was like officially
correct.
This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have all these like culmination films. So that, what else? We need like shows, or not shows, but like sets from like. And this is probably just because of me and what I like, so I'm gonna immediately say like more '80s themed sets, like from
that one. Jeez.
Yeah. But no, like that. So like for me, I would like to see something from Knight Rider. I mean, we do have like the idea set that was approved, but we have to see if it'll get made. So I'm hoping that happens.
You're failing because you're only allowed to suggest Nintendo ideas.
Oh man. Well, if it was Nintendo, I would like to see Zelda sets. I would like to see that. What else?
It doesn't have to be Nintendo. I can allow you to go beyond.
No, I know. I would like to see Sonic sets though. More of that. That would be great. Because we only got Dimensions, and that was the end of that. So I would definitely like to see that.
There's a lot of like Dimensions stuff they could go back to and just extrapolate.
Like Goonies, you have Sonic. Well, the thing with Goonies, wasn't there? You guys just did a stream with the guy that made the 360.
Yeah, there's an idea set out there for it. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that would get the support it needs so that could happen, possibly, potentially. That would be great. Wait. I agree. Simpsons, so 20 years ago. Let's make some.
So from 30 years ago. That's great.
No, I don't
Kevin,
see
just
the
adding
need.
so much thoughtful commentary in the chat.
I don't
great.
see the need for them to make anything else like Simpsons related because we got the house and then we got the Quickie Mart.
But you
I
can't
don't. Yeah, you can't because it's a tavern, so that definitely can't work. Trusty Burger, I guess, but like still, it's like I feel like no one's really thinking about getting more Simpsons sets at the moment. I think that kind of died out, so I don't see why they would kind of return to that. Because I think the last bit of Simpsons stuff that we got was with Dimensions, right?
Yes.
Because so that was like the last bit of stuff we got, and then that was it. So that's like all. Flick Brick says Lego Shrek. No, that cannot happen.
That's gonna happen.
Shrek.
That's gonna listen. If they did Minions and Trolls,
You're right.
you know what, Kirk? Why don't you look up the top selling or top grossing box office hits of all time franchises? Rather, why don't you go look? You tell me what's in that top 10.
Okay, top.
Go
10
ahead.
I will say we
grossing
could probably get some cool like
movies.
medieval stuff out of Shrek sets, which would
We
be cool.
could.
We can't seem to get anyone at Lego to make a decent castle theme for the last like 10 years.
All right. Maybe I think I searched this right. Let's see. Top 10 highest grossing movies of all time.
Go franchises. I'm sorry.
Okay, franchises. Top 10. Let me go back.
It's either franchises or animated franchises. One of them.
I'll just be more specific and type in animated.
You would think Disney and Pixar wreak havoc on that top 10. They don't.
All right,
They
let's
absolutely
see.
do not. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. You look at that list, Kirk. You tell me. You tell me, Kirk.
No.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. Okay, so top 10.
And hold on.
From what I'm
I would
seeing,
also like to say real quick, that was before Shrek was memed to Kingdom Come. That was from the early mid 2000s. That was people genuinely liking the Shrek films, Kirk.
Yeah, well, no, I like the Shrek films. I do.
I do too. I like them. I'm just saying.
I like a lot of DreamWorks stuff. Like their stuff is really good.
Don't doubt the ogre, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, dude. You're gonna get a big fig like you did Axel from Nexo Knights, and it's gonna be Shrek. You're gonna get Donkey. You're gonna get a big dragon. Somehow they have little dragon donkey babies, and it's gonna be a whole canon thing.
Oh man. So it's Despicable Me, which that's obvious because we have Minions now. You have Shrek, you have Ice Age, you have Madagascar, you have Toy Story. Toy Story makes sense because we have sets from that.
Toy Story.
Finding Nemo.
What number on the list?
I guess based off this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5.
Number 5. And people rant and rave about Disney and Pixar all the time, though. But that's number 5, the highest of all time.
So because number 1 is Despicable Me, number 2 is Shrek, Ice Age is number 3, Madagascar number 4, Toy Story number 5, Finding Nemo number 6, Kung Fu Panda number 7, Cars number 8, Monsters Inc. number 9, How to Train Your Dragon number 10. I'm surprised we don't have How to Train Your Dragon sets. I would love to see that.
Mega had it a while ago.
Yeah, they did.
But now DreamWorks, everything is technically on the table, is it not? Because
of the Trolls thing. And
Trolls, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna you could go buck wild with like Kung Fu Panda, like Madagascar, like that'd be awesome.
Kevin says 67797 Shrek versus Lord Farquaad Ultimate Showdown.
Somehow Donkey is riding in like a mech for some reason. Be amazing.
Kevin commented earlier and said I sounded salty with my medieval comment, and I am so salty. You know, I grew up, the 90s gave us so many amazing medieval related Lego themes, whether it's like directly like knights and castles or like the Robin Hood Forestman stuff, just so much incredible medieval related themes. And so that's what I grew up on. And they were so amazing, so much fun. And I've just looked back, you know, year after year now, we've just had nothing decent in that theme for kids and adults to play with. And think that's wrong. That's all I can say.
If I had to come up with my grandmaster plan, see, I'm not just here for the Mario stuff. I'm here for the people too, Joshua.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You care about the people.
I do. I'm a man of the people. Now, a part of my grandmaster plan would be to do something in the vein of the Barracuda Bay, but for every classic Lego theme that people want to come back. Classic space, classic castle. Like, I could totally see Lego doing something like with the Yellow Castle, in that same way, remix it, but still make it so you can make the original thing, introduce it for a new audience, have fresh packaging on it, fresh figures and everything, pay homage to it. I think there's something to that Barracuda Bay formula, and I think Lego knows that because it keeps selling out in the store.
There you go. Anything like that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Kevin says mechs and flame-throwing bumper cars. It always comes back to that, doesn't it, Kevin? It always does. That darn Iron Man 3 set that we got with Mandarin and the bumper car with the flamethrower. It's always like, that's something that he always mentions like very frequently. That set. It's so odd, like the set that Lego has made that has nothing to do with the movies. It's like it's just a filler sort of set. It's like you guys could have just made something else or just not do anything at all.
Well, that was and I always love comparing that sort of set to like how Lego has done the new Harry Potter sets, where all the new Harry Potter sets are knocked out of the park because they're all based entirely off realistic scenes from the movies because they have the stuff already. So imagine, Kirk, with your idea going back throughout the MCU and redoing everything the way it should be done. Like,
we would have some amazing sets.
Oh my god! I wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartly, like they could go back. Like they could even rebrand it as like Endgame and have them go back like to the first Avengers and like change it. Like all these things.
Because like the main issue with a lot of the stuff is that it's all based off of concept art and stuff, so it really doesn't give them that much of what's it called, like that much like stuff to work with. Yeah. So that's like the downside to it. So like if they were able to go back and do that, that would just be great. It does, Vision. Yes, it does. It always comes back to that flaming bumper car. It does.
Now I'm trying to think of what that set looks like because
John is no longer at the helm. He can't pull it up. All right, it's like maybe I don't know.
What's the name of the set?
I'm trying to. I don't.
Iron Man. It's Iron Man 3 Ultimate Showdown. If you type in Lego Iron Man 3 Ultimate Showdown, it'll pop up.
Ultimate.
It's Iron Man battling against Mandarin. And the Mandarin is in what looks like a bumper car with a giant hose coming out the top of the flame.
With a flame coming,
It's the most oddball thing.
Can you screen share, Kirk?
I am on my phone, but I will try and just show the image. That's too small. Frick. All right. Yeah, but it's such an odd. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
It's in a bumper car.
It's in a bumper car, bro.
Oh man. And if you look at the other two sets that we get from the movie, those are much better than that. It's like I don't get how that. Of all the things, that's how.
You know what that reminds me of is the little Star Wars like micro fighter series. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh yeah.
I think those launched at around the same time.
Oh, and wasn't there like? I'm trying to think. I don't believe that happened in Age of Ultron because we did get a set from Age of Ultron where it was like that glider sort of looking thing with the different attachments of the Ultron sentries. It was like attached. Yep. So I don't think that was in the movie either. And that was like another odd sort of set.
We could go through a laundry list of all the things we didn't actually make it through.
Yeah.
Doesn't some of these weird movie-based sets comes down to the fact that like Lego is trying to design these basically before the movie is finished? I know with Star Wars I've heard that before, where they have like only the briefest of like schematics or very undetailed plans of what some of the stuff looks like. So I know with Star Wars that has been a struggle.
Because that's I remember a while like, and I'm not sure how many years ago this was, but there was like a designer sort of video that released for Guardians of the Galaxy when they released Milano or like about to release the sets, and basically the designer was like they're basing the stuff off of the concept art because they get to go to kind of like the set a bit early, see what everything kind of looks like, and Marvel kind of sends images and stuff back and forth. But it's not a lot for them to work with, so that's why the Milano from the first movie has a kind of inaccurate color with the yellow, and instead of it like being orange, it's more of it like a yellowish orange hint. So that's like some of the issues with it. But like I said, if they're able to go back and redo a lot of the stuff, that would be fantastic because then they would know what exactly they're designing and how it should look.
What do you think is most missing?
In terms of like the set itself, or just the movies?
Like what's a set that you feel they absolutely need to go back and redo from what movie?
They need to go back and redo. I'm trying to think. You see, they could have done a Avengers Tower from the first Avengers movie. That would have been good. They could even do like the New York Bridge battle, like the from the first movie. They could do that. I'm trying to think what else. Captain America, even though it's got like a lot of World War stuff in there, it probably wouldn't work. But if they made like Red Skull ship from that movie, that would be good. And then like Infinity War. I'm trying to think. With Infinity, if we got like the scene with the Soul Stone, that would be great.
Yeah.
And then that could also, they really wouldn't have any other way to work around it. Because if they ended up releasing and I'm really going on a rant right now, but if they ended up releasing Thanos with a helmet in that set, then that's just Lego just making the wrong decision by themselves now. Because if
they never made Thanos without the helmet.
They didn't. Weird. And like the thing with Endgame is that when they released that was like the one figure that I didn't mind at all because it was still accurate to what he was wearing since he actually had like his helmet on and everything, like the armor. So it made sense. But with that one, the one from Infinity War, the majority of the movie he's not wearing a helmet or anything. Right. So it's like, why go that route? Like he only has like within the first 30 minutes or so of the movie, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
maybe a nice really Avengers Compound.
The big plane that Captain America crashes into the ice.
Yeah, you mentioned Red Skull ship. Yeah.
Kevin says maybe a nice Avengers Compound. Yes, absolutely, because that one is it's that one. That's all. That's all I'll say. It's that one. I don't. A lot of the Endgame sets, besides the Quinjet, that I like. The
rest of them are kind of not
good.
It's
like somewhat like, I don't know.
For reference, I have had the Avengers Compound since it released, and I still haven't built it. I've only taken some parts out of it because I had missing parts for the Jurassic Park gate. I still have not built it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's not a set I really want to like pick up. And a lot of, I think like the main like sort of thing I didn't really like about the Endgame sets was that all the suits are literally the same.
The exact.
And so it's like, well,
it was a missed opportunity, but they didn't want to spoil the movie. So
yeah, and so that's for that.
It makes sense that they have the outfits, but the real it could have shined a lot better if they went back and did some of the scenes from the old movies, but with the Endgame sort of spin on it. But they didn't want to spoil that in the sets, and
even if it was like to because like I think I would have been content if they released some sets and then released the others after the movie. That would have been all right by me. But they didn't.
Lego didn't do that. They didn't do that with Endgame, nor did they do that with Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker so far, other than the two coming out. So it's weird how they suddenly are now not doing that.
Yeah, because Infinity War, what happened with Infinity War? It was just that one wave, and that was it. Because we got Outrider dropship attack, we got Sanctorum Showdown.
The helicopter is worthless besides the Stark Gauntlet and Hulk.
Yeah. The helicopter is just like there, and besides that, and then the rescue figure, which is exclusive to the set.
Yes, of course. All right, I'm on bag 2. We're what, an hour and a half in?
I feel like I'm making good progress here. You guys have had a good conversation, so I'm able to focus on building.
Yeah.
You
know what? You
Sorry,
know what, Brian? You gotta tell Joshua. You gotta tell Joshua what we were talking about.
Well,
Wee
what?
hours of the morning.
Oh no, what is this?
No, we don't have to talk. I mean, we can. If you
I mean, we
want.
can. We can. I'm officially. I'm gonna
No,
take Brian.
No, you're not going to take. I don't know. Listen, we've discussed this ever so slightly about this 24-hour stream. You're low key obligating me to do.
Yes.
Okay. The discussions have not been so. Vision. The way this works, the way it worked last year. I forget when you sent me the email, Josh, but I remember vividly. I was driving, I think, to the Lego store, and I was at a stoplight, and I pull up my email real quick, and I see from Joshua Hanlon, 24-hour live stream. I saw it, and I read it, and I'm like, ah! And then so that's why Brian is locked in.
Man, Kevin.
So the thing is, we haven't, just so the people know, Josh, and just to give something to talk about here, we haven't had a serious discussion about this.
We have not. And I've been meaning to have a serious discussion with you, but yeah, we have not as yet had one.
All right. Well, I have some. This is more of a private conversation. Yeah, we can talk after the live stream.
Yeah, we
that's
have talk here. I have some ideas and I don't want to say stipulations, but a little a game plan rather. He will dishonor me, my family, my children's children, and all his adoring fans if he backs out now. I don't think the people care that much. Not that much, but yeah. Well, Kevin did shake my hand, you piece. Anyways. The real thing that comes down to is like, man, as long as there's something interesting to build, like I don't know how you guys like go that whole like you didn't build the Star Destroyer, did you? Josh?
Last year I was building a number of different sets. I built several of the Bricklink ADP sets. The year before that I built the UCS Millennium Falcon the entire time and didn't even get close to finishing.
The person who got the Star Destroyer last year was Brian and then Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I then had the whole charity thing because it took space in my office.
Gotcha.
Which Nanan from Creations for Charity actually just emailed me today and said the Tiltify campaign was a great success and wants to make sure we can keep doing the live stream and see what we can do for more this year. So it's a good time to figure it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They redesigned the Creations for Charity website and they're selling the sets there instead of Bricklink. I'm assuming because Bricklink owned by Lego now, you probably can't do not sell custom mocks anymore.
I have no idea.
I'm assuming that's why. But it also
so.
I'm so glad they did that because I would try to explain to people what Creations for Charity is, like non-Lego fans, so that they would donate or buy something. But when you get Bricklink involved for a non-Lego fan, it's so complicated to figure that out. So it'll be so much easier to just send everyone to the one website, creationsforcharity.org. Check it out if you haven't. All new redesign, and then people can buy the stuff there. So that'll be very nice.
Having all that simplicity and have it be all built in, that makes it even easier for people to buy stuff, and
right.
It just works out so much better. So that's good. Palpatine in episode 9 was the best Palpatine. I'll just sit here and wait for Lego to make him. So have you guys seen Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
I was watching it the other night with my friend, and I paused it at a couple different moments, and I'm like, Ricky, look at how terrifying Emperor Palpatine. This guy's hands are falling apart. He's got like glazed over eyes. This guy's almost blind. Palpatine looks terrifying. Like oh my goodness. What a spooky looking character, dude. Oh my goodness.
I think that part of that kind of comes with like the way we've advanced in like technology and stuff like that, because the last time you saw Palpatine in that sort of decrepit kind of look was the prequels, and prequels and then the original trilogy at the end of that. So that was kind of it. But now, since we've advanced much more, they've been able to like update how it looks and go into a much more better detail of it.
And Franco says he's a living corpse. He really is. Like,
Yes.
if I saw that as a kid, I would have fled the theater. It's dude. Like when you look at just pictures of, oh my god, it's such a good design, such a great design for a villain. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, was there anything in the original 3 Star Wars movies that was that scary? Like as a kid watching when those first original movies came out.
The only thing I would say is when you're watching the final end sequence and you see Vader throw Palpatine off, you see like the electrified body of Darth, like you see a skeleton, like as he's throwing him off. That's kind of scary, and also seeing Vader's body like burn afterward, like that is kind of, graphic imagery. But other than that, Luke's hand getting cut off, but nothing like that, like genuinely disturbing. And just as we're talking about Star Wars, Matt is making the excuse, oh, sorry guys, I can't join, having no power stick. Matt, get your head out of these 501st battle packs and Clone Army Customs projects and get this live stream.
Not having power is no excuse, okay?
Come on, get the hand crank, all right? Let's go. Jeez. Always making excuses, this guy. That Rancor was a bit spooky as a kid. Yeah, the Rancor. I was never terrified of the Rancor, but I could see how that could be scary. Jabba's kind of spooky. I'm like terrifying. None of it was like whoa, but yeah.
Yeah, Jabba wasn't. I don't know. I never felt scared looking at Jabba.
No, I felt more of a personal connection to him personally. But
you felt a kindred
spirit.
Oh man.
Matt says, I turned on my power generator to finish this video. I'm dedicated.
Oh, thank you for your dedication, Matt. We do appreciate that.
They can wait, all right? If Clone Army Customs wants to deal with my gaming streams, they can wait for another day to deal with your video. Come on now.
Oh, man.
You tell them I said they can wait. Take it out of my pay. It's fine. What about the scene where old Luke drinks this weird substance? That was pretty disturbing. Oh, yeah, the milk. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. God. Beyond the bricks, O'Brien, Vision bricks. Do you want Lego Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to come back?
I personally don't care, but
it's like I don't know. I don't know. Like I wasn't able to get any of the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings sets when they were out. I still kind of have to rewatch the movies anyhow. It's kind of catch up on that because it's been a while. So I don't know. Like it's not something on like the top of my head that I'm like, oh, I want, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit back. So I don't know. But I'm sure like for the people that did enjoy those movies and the books and stuff, they probably would.
Yeah.
I like them just because it was one of the closest things we've gotten to good medieval sets. In a while. So regardless of the movie tie-in, there was some cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Brian got Super Mario and doesn't care about anything anymore. Matt, you hit the nail on the head.
Oh man.
Nothing else matters.
You're going to send in your resignation letter to Beyond the Brick. You're like, I got what I came for. I'm ready to move on.
Yep, exactly. Little do you know, the 24-hour stream will be my send-off, and then I'll actually be done. And you're like, what? Wait, hold on. but we know more Mario sets coming out. Oh, shucks. Well, I guess you got me.
How is our day going? My day is going good.
Good.
Star Wars boy.
It's going good.
It's going good.
I like building finally building the Lego house sets. I've had these for years, picking up the exclusive sets, and it's fun to sit down and build them. So, for starting with the Tree of Creativity, probably do some more on future streams.
Yeah.
Do you watch Thomas the Tank Engine every night before I go to sleep?
Oh, that reminds me. Weirdly enough, we shot a video at.
What could you possibly be leading into? Oh, speaking of Thomas the Tank Engine, Brian.
We shot a video at Brick Benson, the show in Melbourne in Australia last year, and there was a guy, part of their massive train city layout. Someone had done a Thomas the Tank with all of the trains from the show and like the different sort of buildings and stuff. And that video has just been like exploding in popularity in the last couple months. And I've been trying to figure out why, if there was like something like Thomas related that came out or something. It's gotten like 150,000 views in the last month or something like that. So something crazy. So yeah, John and I have not been able to figure that out. It's weird.
It's probably on some tank engine forum that these guys are like, wow, look at this. You see this? And then they all go. Hey, stuff like that happens, man. It spreads like wildfire. Don't mess with the power of the tank engine.
Kevin says you're not truly done until you do the 24-hour stream, then pass the torch to the next lucky.
And I'm gonna pass it to Kirk. That's who I'm gonna pass it to.
Oh God!
You gotta survive one 24-hour stream before you can move on.
Yeah, I don't think you know what you're going to do if you want me to do it.
I think I do know, and that's why I want you to do it.
The most I did in regards to 24 hours was when I stayed up that entire time in the chat, just being active.
Why did you do that?
I felt like I had to. You see, I had a duty to complete, and that was my duty, so I did it. So that's
to monitor the chat with like 4 people talking once an hour. Like
no, there was a lot of chatting in the chat though.
See, Brian, this is a man who knows what he owes his country right here. Okay, you can learn a thing or two from Kirk.
Oh man,
that's great.
Yeah. I was very tired afterwards, but I think that's nowhere compared to how tired Kevin was. Kevin was ready to pass out.
But you only joined the stream occasionally.
I only joined the stream occasionally, but I stayed majority in the chat, like the entirety in the chat. I only joined the stream when I could, because eventually I had to leave, like the physical stream, and then we're just saying that, yeah.
And just so you know, Joshua, the GOAT Bricksar saying the 75th anniversary of Thomas and Mattel hasn't been able to deliver new stuff. So maybe it was because it was the 75th anniversary of Thomas and Tank is why.
There you go.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I had no idea.
That 75 years of Thomas the Tank Engine, man. That's a lot of tank. A lot of tank, man. It still makes new stuff, right? There's still new episodes, right?
I think so.
I think so.
There has to be.
Because didn't they have something on Nickelodeon or something? I think they did. Something like that.
Kevin did the 13 hours on the Beyond the Brick stream 1 year before he did the 24 hours. Apparently, that was why my warm-up. And my warm-up is going to be all of these quarantine casts.
Yep, that's clearly what this... Let's see, actually. Normally, this is episode 18. Normally, we go for about
3 hours.
3 hours, so...
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Brian, how long were you on for last year?
I don't know. I showed up. I remember waking up. I went to bed at like 2, and I woke up at 8, and I never forget the feeling of me just like comment. I think I commented just like an emoji or eyes or something, and you were like full energy, like, yeah, Brian, whenever you're ready, you can hop in the stream. And I was like lying in bed, eyes half open. I'm like, all right. And then I went to the office, grabbed a coffee I didn't even take a sip of, had something to eat. Oh man, that was. At least, it had to be at least 6 hours. At least.
You tried to get out of it with your whatever. What was that event? Your
reunion.
Yeah, your reunion thing, and we were like, no, that's not going to work. You can't just get out of it like that.
And I didn't want to get out of the whole thing. I knew I was going to show up eventually, but like, man, what a bad idea that was. And oh yeah, that was a defining moment for me as a individual.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gross.
We won't get into that then.
No, I mean you could, but it was just not productive use of my time, and literally nothing positive came out of it. All the people I wanted to see didn't end up going because they were like, "Why would we go to a high school reunion? That's stupid." And then all the people I didn't want to talk to went for the most part. I'm like, well, all right, well that worked out swimmingly. It's great.
Studio Brickton asks, what am I working on? I was building this set that I had like kind of disassembled in the closet. It's the Dilophosaurus Outpost attack. But I got a knock at the door with pizza.
Ooh,
So,
hey,
so I'm gonna go ahead and eat on camera.
That's a 24-hour live stream tradition right there as well. Getting the pizza delivered. Wow.
Kevin says, just have Joey stay the night with you in your studio, Brian. He'll never stop talking. Have you ever met Maniac for Bricks, Joshua?
I have met, but we have not spent much time talking. We are always kind of like cross paths at shows occasionally, but I've never actually had the chance to conversate with him in depth.
This man could talk about the density of air for 45 minutes. He is such an amazing soul.
We're supposed to be having him join us on a stream at some point.
Oh, really?
That's what I think you had mentioned in the past that we should do that.
He is someone you could have him talk about literally anything, and he'll just keep going. He has been streaming his Super Mario set building streams from his wine cellar in the basement.
His wines.
It's not a wine cellar. It's literally just, it looks like a dungeon. It looks like a dark down dungeon. It's like, Joey, why are you streaming from your dungeon? Like, why is it here? But he's such a kind soul. He needs a hug.
I love the comments he leaves on your Mario videos. They're so positive.
Yes.
They're great. Like, it's just, I love reading his comments.
His comments are always very constructive. And there was a moment with Joey in a recent live stream. I will not talk about here on Beyond the Brick. I want him to be there for it. But me, Kevin, and Stud Sidious were laughing so hard. We were texting each other about what happened. And it was so funny. So funny. Joey is such a unique soul. And he's very selective about what he does. So he doesn't care about these live streams. He will only show up when I'm doing classic Lego stuff, and it's literally like a genie popping out of the air, and then he manifests and he says, "Oh, here's a shortcut 6 miles this way." All right. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Wow.
You'll never meet anyone like him, for better or worse.
We're also supposed to be meeting up with him for the pizza at some point as well.
Yes, a part of the whole East Coast excursion.
Yes. I so want to do that, man. I don't like, not traveling has been, it's just so weird.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm starting to get antsy now too.
I mean, I don't know if people realize we literally went from going to all 7 continents last year to like not leaving our house. I mean, this is just such a change. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully next year there's something better that happened. You know, yeah. Hopefully. And
the
yes,
Indianapolis 500 just announced today that they won't end up having any fans there at all. So
at the Indy 500.
Yeah, we were gonna go there.
Yeah. They had a race in New Hampshire, but New Hampshire is very lax about things, and they had instead of 50,000 people in Loudon, they had 20,000, or they were going to have 20,000, I think. So it's interesting how every state is handling things differently, and you know, at least with NASCAR, I've never been to a NASCAR race. I've wanted to, but you still get to watch it can still happen and watch it on TV and everything.
Right.
Did Kirk go to get the rest of the pizza for himself? What did he do?
He's just chowing down on that pizza without us.
That's fine. There he is. Hey, there he is. He's eating off camera. What a kind soul. What a kind soul.
I think I can finish this build on stream. I don't have too much left here.
Cool. I am halfway through bag 2, so who knows? This is a part of the stream. Well, I'll open it up to questions as if we didn't already, just to get some stimulating conversation here. If anybody wants to ask any appropriate questions.
Brian has exhausted his Mario Nintendo rants.
Oh, I could keep going. I just don't want to bore the people, you know. What's your favorite retired Lego theme? I don't know.
Favorite retired theme? I mean, I don't know. I guess Western is my favorite theme, so and that's retired. But there's so many good ones.
Yeah, I really like Exoforce as a theme. I don't have many sets from it.
Vikings is very high up there for me.
It's a very good one too. Yeah.
There was so much potential with Vikings. I mean, there's so many awesome sets. The longboat, the fort set that they were. I mean, so many incredible sets in that theme, and they could have taken it so far. It's just disappointing thinking about the potential that theme had.
Totally.
Favorite retired theme? I'm gonna have to say Lego Ben 10 because that spider monkey is on point.
Wow.
I am kidding. I'm kidding,
yeah.
Brian. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Only
I
Kevin's
nearly-
gonna understand.
I
why I
nearly
said that.
had
No.
thing. I
No. Only Kevin's gonna understand why I said that. Because there was a while, I can't remember, it was one of his streams a while ago, and no, this was a podcasting I did with him and Pagonimation, I think a couple of years ago or so now, but we were talking about like retired sets and stuff, and he brought up that he found like the actual, I think it was the Spider Monkey Ben 10 contraction figure at like a thrift store or something, and it was just like sitting in like this display case. But it's like easy to forget that it's easy to forget about like a lot of those kind of obscure themes that Lego has done.
Yeah, that is something I look at and I'm like, well, why would anyone want that?
what was Ben 10 about? That was like a TV show, right?
Yeah, it was a animated or cartoon show on Cartoon Network. It was about this kid named Ben Tennyson who basically found this alien watch known as the Omnitrix, and it could turn him into, I think it was 10 different aliens or something like that. And basically he was like fighting other alien forces. And there was like different spin-offs of it, even a live action movie that came out on Cartoon Network. I remember watching it. And then some other ones that came out that I didn't really care for because they sucked. And then they have the reboot that came out just recently where it's like a different sort of art style, but the same, I think, voice actors.
Hmm.
It was in an antique shop next to an actual metal tractor sets in Lincoln Logs. Yes, that is it. That is the one, Kevin.
See, Ben 10 didn't achieve meme status like Galador, so that's why I've forgotten.
Yeah, Galador is definitely much better when it comes to memes.
It was so forgettable that even memes couldn't save it. That's when you actually, Brickstar is probably the king of like retired themes that he would want to come back. Thomas the Tank Engine is his choice. They had Duplo a while ago of that.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into Fabuland. I never had or have anything.
I've never owned any, but I've always thought it was just such an interesting, different looking theme. I love the mocks that people make with it. And we've featured several on the channel over the years because they're so different from anything else. So from that perspective, I've always thought it's cool.
Totally.
The chat's trying to revive Ben 10 fandom.
No, it can stay dead. We can move on. We can move on. And it's really just David in the chat asking for that. That's it. How's that pizza going, Kirk? How is it? How's the quality? Excellent. Fantastic.
How's the Friends set, Brian?
It is good. It is good and very well detailed. I watched the show when I was younger, just as a part of the sitcom circuit of all the different shows that were out at the time. But yeah, I had it forever. Then they took it off of Netflix, and I'm like, why?
Oh, you're right, because of HBO Max.
Yeah.
I was gonna start binging it, and then it was off. So I need to make sure that I finish The Office before that comes off of there.
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix. Isn't that supposed to be coming out end of this year?
I thought it was already gone.
No, it's still on there.
Okay, cool. It's definitely
so that's
going
why I'm like,
to go on Peacock.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I need to finish it before that happens. Logan Film Studio says Ben 10 would work as a theme if it returned with minifigure scale stuff. I beg to differ. I don't think anyone really cares about Ben 10 as much for them to want minifigure scale sets or anything from it. It's not that popular of a show for Lego to do anything with it.
Kevin needs to know Brian's favorite childhood cartoon. This is gonna be a look deep into Brian's psyche, the things that formed him as a child.
Let me check. My favorite or some of my favorites?
You can list multiples. We've got time.
Okay. We have the time. Cartoon Network shows. I'm just gonna look at a list. It's better for me to just look at a list and just draw from that. One of my favorites was obviously SpongeBob. Watched a ton of SpongeBob. I really liked Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Foster's Home was a very good show. I really want to revisit it and watch the entire thing.
Yes. I don't think I've ever even heard of that. What was that about?
So it's a concept of some people have imaginary friends when they grow up. I had imaginary friends. And then once they are, no longer needed in your life, they go to fosters. And then little kids come in and they adopt those imaginary friends for themselves. So
that sounds like a neat idea.
It's a very unique concept. And I think that concept is it's something that could come back, and it could. I just love the idea of it.
Yeah.
So I love.
I believe Burger King even had toys from it. I think at some point.
Yep. Really big fan of Pokemon Indigo League as a kid. Loved watching that, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well. But I clearly stayed with Pokemon more. So.
Yeah.
Codename Kids Next Door. Very good. Love the idea of that show too. Yeah, it's a very wholesome concept. Exactly, Anthony.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually talked about it last week with the gaming streams, all the different cartoons, everybody naming off what they grew up with. With technology, do you think nowadays kids have imaginary friends anymore? I don't know. I mean, I think with technology, it's definitely different. But so I was a single child growing up, so I never had a brother or sister, and I rarely went out to play with friends because of the area I lived in didn't really facilitate that sort of play. So a lot of it was me being alone. So yeah, I had an imaginary friend when I was really young, but maybe now not as much. But I didn't have internet growing up at my mother's house in general, so I don't know. That's a question I haven't thought about, but I would not be the one to.
What was the question?
Do you think kids have imaginary friends anymore because of the internet and technology and all that?
I don't know. I know I used to have imaginary friends, but I don't think I mean, I'm sure if they're not, I guess if they're not introduced to technology and stuff immediately, and it's not what they're caring about, I guess that there's that possibility, but I don't know. I think it's kind of something you would just kind of have to act a kid and see, I guess.
Just go around to children and start asking.
Just hey, do you have an imaginary friend? Mom, Dad, get this stranger away from me.
Stranger danger.
Stranger. Oh man.
Stud Sidious grew up with Thundercats. That's how you know he's old. That's how you can tell.
I actually really, I think that's obvious.
I like all the old stuff, Kirk.
Yeah, this is obvious. This is something that's very known about me. I have way too much stuff that I have put on my like plate to watch from like the 80s and just the 90s and stuff like that. So when will I ever be able to achieve watching every single show? Probably not, which would kind of suck. But I really would like to do that, even though I know it's not possible. The real Ghost, but I actually have watched that when it was on Netflix, and unfortunately it's taken off, Jeff, so I couldn't finish it. So eventually I'm gonna finish it at some point to start watching those episodes again. Because a lot of the episodes, I think each season had like a bunch of episodes actually, like each of the seasons.
Ben's brick designs. I think he's talking about Brian's. He was raised in a Russian pre-World War II orphanage. I was gonna say, Brian, like, when you were describing growing up, I was like, "Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for you."
Oh no,
like, I couldn't go outside, and I was the only child. It's like some kind of like post-apocalypse like movie or something you grew up in.
I have a very interesting traumatic backstory that'll be told on the 24-hour 14 of the 24-hour
Yes.
live stream. It's I have a good origin story. I'll say that.
Yes.
You know, we're here for you, man. If you need to work through some things.
I mean, I do. We can talk. Trent saying, do you think the modern day imaginary friends are the cell phones of video games? When I was little, most of my imaginary friends were stuffed animals. Mine were always animated cartoon characters that kind of came to life. So I guess everybody has a different interpretation of what that would be, right?
I would say mine, but I don't know.
You can. Hang on, we're all being honest here.
I mean, okay, well, mine were sometimes characters from cartoons, but I used to make up my own characters, and a lot of times traveling on the road, I would pretend that they were like outside, like just running very fast as we're driving, and just kind of like parkouring and doing all that crazy
That's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was kind of my thing, and that was really it. I don't know. Yeah. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, so I kind of forgot.
And I know we keep talking about the 24-hour stream. It happens the Friday after Thanksgiving in the U.S.
Yes.
So Black Friday this year, most likely canceled. So you got nothing else to do. So
Well, unless it's like, online probably not. But
yeah,
outdoors is definitely not going to happen because I think what was it? Walmart and I think Target or something said that they're going to be they're not opening for Thanksgiving or anything like that.
So that already doesn't happen in Massachusetts. It's called the blue light law, and you cannot open at any point on Thanksgiving. You can open 12:01 Friday, but you cannot open on Thanksgiving. So that doesn't impact me. I would typically go to New Hampshire to shop if I wanted to shop late on Thanksgiving, but but most of the good deals and whatnot are online now and convenient anyway.
Right. It's not like it used to be. It's kind of unfortunate. Like growing up, me and my family, we did like so many fun things going out on Black Friday.
Yeah, me too.
You have like really good deals at places.
Like it seems
nowadays,
like generic stuff. Like you get your Xbox or whatever for like 200 something, and that's kind of like it seems like it's the same repeat every single day. Movies and stuff are on sale at Walmart.
Right.
It's I don't know. It's very repetitive.
You also have to figure like your time spent versus how much you're saving. So
exactly,
if you waited 14 hours in line to save, $800 on a TV or something, like if you worked those 8 hours or 14 hours instead of waiting, you would have made the money and then some that you would spend on or save on the TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I've waited outside Black Friday, in front of Best Buy, and that's a whole story in itself. But
oh geez,
it ended very poorly. But yeah,
that's why you got to approach it as like a fun experience. Like that's what we would do. Like my family and I. It was just like a really fun thing to go out to different stores. You would stand in line at places, and back in number 10 plus years ago, you had like Toys R Us doing great deals on Lego. You would have like Target and places that would actually have like really good Lego sales that weren't just, the same thing you could get on Amazon all year round or whatever. So there were legitimately really unique, good deals. and it was a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. And
I
I
miss,
didn't know there was a name for it, David. It's called opportunity cost. Noted. Okay, because I use that metaphor a lot.
I miss what's it called, Toys R Us. Like I know, like they have whatever few stores that they kind of still have, like in the U.S. that they kind of started that bringing it back, sort of. But besides that, it still doesn't. Like I haven't been to any of them, but from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it kind of has that feel of how the original stores used to be. Because I remember going
always
into
so expensive for me.
It is because I think I've been in there not a whole lot, but I remember one Christmas I went there to get one of the Age of Ultron sets, which was the one with Hulk and Quicksilver. I think the Hydra Fortress or something like that it was called.
Yeah,
that's where I got that, and I remember there was like the DeLorean model that they had that I believe was RC, but I decided not to pick it up, which probably regret, knowing how much I enjoy this stuff now. So I kind of regret that. There's a Toys R Us in Texas and New Jersey road trip to see Joey.
Oh, they got
there is.
East Coast road trip.
Yes. It's crazy, though, because I used to live in New Jersey, and if I had met Joey before, like, during my early, I guess, time before I got into YouTube and stuff, that would have been great. I'm sure we would have been able to hang out much more, but I don't live in New Jersey now. So that's, like, not an easy trip.
Well, Joey has a car. He can just drive.
That is true. You know, if Joey is watching this or he watches this afterwards, which he probably won't, just take a trip down. Just take a trip down to North Carolina.
You have to start talking about Lego racers to summon him.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Oh, man.
Oh, the goat is here.
It's time for you to do
Hello, everybody. Good to see you, George.
Right as Andres shows up, we get our first super chat of the day.
Yeah.
It's a super chat from Ash Daddy LME Toys. Building your mind one brick at a time. Thank you very much, Daddy. Appreciate you being here and supporting me. As always, thanks, Daddy. And hello, Andres.
How are you doing? I have a question. I mean, you're all big YouTube stars and you're really young.
Yeah, Andres, you're a bigger star than all of us combined.
Yes.
I know. But what is the super chat?
What?
Kurt, by the way, good to see you too. I'm now watching. Kurt, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Super chat is when someone donates money to the channel, but their comment gets highlighted, so they can donate any amount, and their comment would be highlighted, which kind of helps for the person doing the stream to kind of see it a bit more.
And with the money, you can buy a pizza, for example.
Yes.
Yes, you could.
You
could. After YouTube, of course, takes out their, I think it's 30% that they take out of the donation, but then you can do whatever.
Also pizza for YouTube and Google, and the rest is for you guys.
Yes, that's how it works.
Okay, I have one more.
Andres explains economics 101 using pizza.
Second question of the evening. Brian, where's your hair?
My hair was shaved off at 12:30 at night in a moment of weakness.
Alcohol.
No,
It's a topic for you. Just no. Okay.
There was no vacation juice involved. This was a sober decision, I assure you.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so good to see everybody. I'm ready to chat. I hope it's not over now.
No, we're
Okay.
on hour 2 of 47. We're ready to go.
I've got a little bit left to the build here, so we'll go until I finish up this build. And I don't know where Brian is with the friends build.
I'm nowhere near close. Don't worry.
So that'll be finished on maybe next week.
This is by the way something, when somebody sends you an invite for a party and you don't know, for example, that you have to wear a special dress. Same with me right now. It's a building evening.
Right now, are you, Andres?
It's a building evening, Josh, and here's no set around. I mean, I could build something. I didn't know that everybody's building. Kirk is building something. Brian is building. Josh, you're playing with bricks?
I know, it's amazing. Have I ever built anything with you before?
I haven't seen
Oh,
you.
we did. We built that plane set when we did that live stream in your studio.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I like how Andreas is just like, me and Brian are building and Joshua's just playing with bricks.
Yes,
This-
we built that on a stream in your studio. I remember that.
This took us, I don't know, 5 hours or something, because, Brian, the special event has been that we both built together. And this is our final result here.
Beautiful.
That's
Workable.
the most
hope
building
Joshua-
John has ever done in his life.
I hope, Joshua, this is not a military plane. Okay.
I'm gonna bring the Sopwith camel next time, and we'll build that.
Yes, I know you guys. So how's life in general? Everybody's good here?
Yes,
Yes.
It just got that much better now that you showed up, Andres.
absolutely.
Oh, Brian, thank you so much.
You missed
Love
all
you.
the talk about the Mario sets and the movies that we wanna see depicted with Lego sets. So we've got to get your hot take on that. So what are the movie scenes, just movies in general, you want Lego to make?
Pulp Fiction?
Okay.
That's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Though.
Why? Okay. I've Big Lebowski?
Let's. I don't know.
Okay.
You are familiar with Lego as the company, right? And kind of the stuff they make.
Oh, you mean the toy? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then I would say, The Beauty and the Beast.
That's a good one.
They already they made those sets.
But besides that, I mean, there are so many great movies out there, and we know the history. We have seen Indiana Jones sets with, some interesting sets also. So, I mean, there has been stuff out there. But, I mean, come on, I love the Big Lebowski. Just the bowling area, and there's a nice Lego Ideas model.
There is, yes, there's that really cool idea set with the bowling alley.
So this would be for me, this would be a Big Lebowski set. I mean,
I don't think I've ever spent time with you that you did not bring up the Big Lebowski at some point. And like, have you guys seen that movie?
did you know the movie Big Lebowski?
I've heard of it, and I've seen like custom minifigures from it, but I still have yet to watch it.
Yeah.
Kurt, congratulations to you. Congrats, because once in your lifetime, you have to experience the movie for the first time. This will change your life forever. You have to watch this movie.
Okay.
Brian, have you seen the movie yet?
I saw the movie many years ago. I need to rewatch it.
Okay.
You never rewatch it.
Oh, okay. It's just you just watch it one time.
One time only. Oh my goodness. Oh.
No, I've only watched it one time. I need to rewatch it. I thought you were saying you can only watch it once.
No. I mean, the moment when you the first time is like you love the movie or you hate the movie.
Right.
There are only two options. You know, this is kind of movie you love it or you hate it.
Right.
And I fell in love with the movie immediately. It's such a great movie. It's absolutely stunning.
It's great. I enjoyed it. But yeah, Kirk, eventually that you got to add that to your list.
Yeah. Okay. I will definitely do that. Maybe this weekend.
We have time. We have time.
We do. We do. I will definitely watch it.
What have been your projects there in the studio, Andres? Anything added to the city? Anything big, or what's going on there?
I've changed a few things. There is a little park area now in my city, which is fun, you know, because I had the idea. Okay, I can show you. Okay, I mean, it's just a little area here, but I thought it's important. You see it right here. You have a little park because it's always interesting. What are you doing with the edge? You know, when you have a train layout. And I thought, hey, this would be the perfect spot to add a little park scene. So it's just a few figures, a tree, and it's all, you know, it could be much bigger, but at least there's the idea there could be a big park. And I spent many hours with John Joshua in the Central Park walking around, and this is kind of a tiny part of it. So maybe Central Park or anything else, but it's just the start. So this is new in town, kind of new, and I have many other plans.
Thank you for sharing. And for people who don't know, Andreas is a town planner by trade, so he is very familiar with parks and playgrounds. John and I have been trying to convince him for many years to start a playground review channel where he goes around and rates playgrounds on like how good the equipment is and that sort of thing.
And I just mentioned this story a few days ago because we've been to the Black Forest and we've seen some lovely places and we've done some crazy slides and stuff like that. And I thought, hey, I mean, and I told the guys I've been there, Matthias, you know, and Joshua, and Joshua is your name. Joshua is the name of my buddy, because this is a great idea to write articles about playgrounds because there are so many differences and different attractions and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, maybe in my next life because this Lego blogger life is hard enough. So
You're going to retire from Lego blogging and then start your playground review channel.
Nobody knows what the future might bring. I mean, we'll see. But I think it's always fascinating to see such things. But I would love to ask you something while you're building. Have you ever done any big slide down a mountain? You know what I mean?
What's the name of that? Those an alpine slide.
Yeah.
So I've done two while we've been to the Black Forest. One, you're sitting in a little car, and you can get up, and it's kind of a roller coaster. You know, you can choose your own speed. You can go full speed, but you're totally safe because you're in this roller coaster track somehow. This was so much fun, and I did it 5 times. And the last run, I told Joshua and Matthias, okay, now we'll go full speed, and it was fun. It was really fast. It was fun. But the other slide I did only once because there you're sitting in this car somehow in your little car, and it's totally free. And they told me, yeah, you have to stop when there's a curve and stuff. And I was so afraid because a good friend of mine just nearly hit his arm because he flew off. It's really fast.
I did that on one of those slides when I was a kid too. I fell off like 3 times.
Yes.
Whoa.
So I was sitting there like this adult fan of slides, you know, very carefully. And the other one, you're safe. You're sitting here and you go for it because you're the man. But this was really, really fun. I'm sorry. This is not a Lego-related topic here.
No, we do it all the time. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, okay.
Did you now realize it wasn't Lego-related?
I can tell you the true story. While I was sitting in the car, I told Matthias I will build a mock. And this is exclusive beyond the brick content right now because I will show you the bricks I already have for this mock. Just give me a second.
Okay.
I think I might have used the wrong piece here. I'm supposed to have a 1x4 brown piece, and all I have left are 1x3s. So
big ugly rocks.
For any reason, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. You know, Bulk, you have it
Yeah.
What's the name? Yeah. You can order bricks when you're part of... and I've ordered bricks. And for any reason, I ordered burbs. And I've ordered, I don't know how many of those. But my idea has been that I build a mountain of it. And so I will build a mountain for my city, and there will be a slide.
That'd be cool.
So this is exclusive, beyond the brick content, the big announcement. Andres from Zusammengebaut will build a slide.
Thank you for saving that announcement for us.
Yes.
You're always welcome. I know you guys have a hard time with 4 million subscribers on Facebook.
It is tough out here on the streets, Andreas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. I miss traveling too. So I have a lot of plans for new mocks and mods in the future, and I'm still waiting for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Is this Beyond the Brick copy of Brian, or did he buy the set on his own?
It's a Beyond the Brick copy, so we'll have a review video going up very soon. Producer John, do we have a date for that? We just got to have a little bit more from Brian's end, and then it's up.
Great, because I'm still waiting for the package from Lego.
Really? Normally
so
you get.
I didn't buy it. I mean,
normally you get stuff way before us from Lego.
Yes, there has been some issue in Billund. They told us. I mean, it's totally fine. I would buy the set on my own because I love it. But now I'm still waiting, which is kind of weird because you can buy it, and normally it's always a good thing that we get a set early, like Beyond the Brick, of course, and Brick Set and others. But this time it's late for some reason. It's totally fine. It's not. I mean, there are things more important than a Lego set, but I would love to build it.
Is there things more important than a Lego set?
My kids.
Thank you. That's a good answer.
It was very fast.
Like, a couple minutes. Got there.
Yeah. And my family in general,
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we're not gonna go here for serious answers.
I'm having to take apart this build because I accidentally put in a 1x4 brick where there should be a 1x3, and now I need that brick. I found out where it is. It's like in the middle of the tree. This is what happens when Stuart isn't here to correct me.
Yeah, but now, I mean, there are not so many people left because I arrived, I would guess. But I've shown my sister, Joshua, the videos you took in Manhattan. I showed her the videos. I showed her the secret videos nobody knows of. Our special night in the hotel room.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that night.
Yeah, and my sister was looking at me. You've been in a good mood, right? Yeah. So we had a lot of fun, and I was laughing very hard. And Joshua was so kind to film it. This will be never seen in public, but first time ever I showed this to another person. I had a laugh for maybe 10 seconds or so. It was good.
Oh wow.
Brian, those times I was sitting on a bed laughing so hard for 10 minutes. I remember those times.
What?
It's a long story. Long story short, we had a lot of fun in New York City back in February. We've met, and for any reason, I was laughing very hard in the evening, and Joshua was filming this, and I showed this scene to my sister.
Wait. Joshua was filming you giggling on a bed in New York City?
Exactly. We leave it just this way.
When you put it that way, it sounds great.
Sounds spicy.
It is.
This is what the jet lag does to Andres.
Andres,
Yes.
I can't wait to see you again in person. I can't wait. Every day I wake up and I'm like, man, I don't have Andres in my life. This is disappointing.
Brian, this is. By the way, I miss you on our big birthday show.
Oh, I know.
Did you not invite him?
No,
Yeah,
I was.
I sent him and there was only one slot left, and I sent him a mail like, "Hey, you could join. You don't have to." I mean, it was like this invitation. You think, it was last minute thing, and it was because for some reason, I forget to ask you because I mean, I asked like this guy from Jane Bricks, for example.
The Ganache bricks.
Ganache Bricks, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And Joshua's leaving. This never happened.
I can't get this brick out of the middle of the build, so I'm going to grab a 1x4 from the collection because I can't get the build apart. So just
this is cheating. This is cheating, Joshua.
Yeah, I remember seeing the invite, and I must have been just tired from doing this stream or something, and then I think I tuned in and I saw 6 people were in there, and I'm like, it's all right.
Totally fine, Brian. I was just sitting, I mean, with a lot of fun, and every time I will do this again in autumn. I will do more streaming too, and then we are more than welcome to do a crazy German live stream as well. But we have time. Kirk, you also. By the way, Kirk, what are you doing? You're an adult fan of Lego, I assume, and you have a YouTube channel. What is your...
He actually is an adult fan of Mega Blocks.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's sad, but it's true. It's sad. No. So no, what I do is I build mocks pretty much on my channel, and occasionally like a review here and there. But that's about it. Most of the mocks I make are based off of Marvel. Some are based off of like older films from like the 80s, and then some random stuff here and there.
Kurt loves early 2000s films and hates Marvel.
That is also sad, but
that's interesting. But you don't have a red shirt, Kirk. You're not involved in this Beyond the Brick madness, or do you already have?
I do. No, I wore it. Which quarantine cast was this? I did wear it, but I haven't been wearing it recently.
I think you wore it, and then I ridiculed you because you were so professional with it. I'm like, oh man, I'm underdressed.
Yeah, because you were just like, oh man, I feel bad because Kirk has his shirt on now, and I'm just sitting here in something else. Yeah, but no, I have the shirt.
Great. I haven't, but what I can show you right now is more exclusive content for Brian.
Okay.
Because we all know these are crazy times, and I'm in my office now on a regular basis. But I forgot something. I just saw that my Nintendo calendar is still May. It's still. Oh, wow. This is sent by Nintendo for me, like. And I will show you what is June and July and August. Okay, so this is Mystery Journey Deluxe. I haven't heard of it.
Mr. Layton, yeah.
Okay, John, thank you for the full screen here. Now we go on. Oh my goodness, look at this. Joshi. Okay, but June is over. So we go on to July. Here we go. Oh, Olympic Games.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
I don't think so. Not this year. Okay, and one more. And now this is the new. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Everybody's excited. August.
Oh boy.
August is Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, very good game.
There it is.
So that's all exclusive content I have.
Wearing in that shot.
You mean this?
Mario.
Okay, he's wearing nothing. I mean, he's swimming. I mean, of course, it's a swimming short, or how you call it.
I was trying to figure out what was going on there.
Yeah, everybody made a big deal when that image came out that Mario has nipples, and it's like, well, yeah, he does.
I'm allowed to show it here on Beyond the Brick. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, I know your rules are different there.
Right.
I'm sorry. You can.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
You can cut it out. It's not live.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's so good to see everybody. I have so much to do. Again, I was out of town for 7 days actually. So much articles to write, so much stuff to do, full inbox, and thought, no, this is the perfect timing to join my good friends from Beyond the Brick because I miss you.
Everybody was very curious about the apple when you were on the roof deck. It's like a whole, people want the apple back, Andres. You gotta go back and take it back to your office.
I will. I mean, I miss this apple too. This was a giant apple. I have to say,
apple.
I'm sorry that it's gone for now. There's nothing special right now. I can show you. This is
you gotta pay homage by putting a green Lego apple on top of one of the roofs in your Lego city. Have one little green apple. Pop it in there.
I will buy this and build this, but there's something more I can show you. Maybe what I have up right here. This is my Mario Kart dress, and maybe Joshua. I mean, I'm not. It's your job. I mean, it's not my job, to run the show. But I can help you out here because I'm wearing a Mario Kart T-shirt. I'm showing this mark, and I still think, Brian, there's one thing missing. There's really one thing missing. Super Mario Kart sets.
Yes, I agree.
So and I will add one more thing because I did my Google search and stuff. There has been brick built Mario sets in the past with K'NEX. So I was really surprised because I'm more this Lego guy, and I don't know if the license is gone. Do you know anything about it?
So Connects had the license for many years, and then there was a long gap where they didn't release anything, and now Lego has it. So they did Connects did sets on Mario Kart Wii. So I think that Nintendo and Lego are going to do Mario Kart sets eventually. It just makes sense. Mario Kart is the biggest racing game of all time. Of course, at some point.
Brian, that's why we had this connection.
That's why. Right. It just makes sense.
There are many things I can talk with Joshua. You can talk with him for hours about military history, and it's
military. Fun. Listen, military history. It's history. It already happened. We already know, right?
We know.
I'm looking to the future, Andres. I'm looking big brain to the future.
Here we go, Brian, and this is why we have this connection. Yes. It's very, very special.
Yes, exactly.
So just leave it this way. I feel it too, Brian. I feel it too.
I have felt it the moment I saw you that first time at New York Toy Fair. I'm like, that guy, something about that guy.
I still remember this moment in slow motion.
Is it in like a sepia tone? It's like all orange and gray, and you're like, it's like a memory in your mind.
And I remember 1 minute after we've met, one of your colleagues shouting at me that I stand in front of this camera. And
yes. I remember that too. And it always fascinates me whenever I went to like events like that, how like serious and professional a lot of the people there are. And I'm like, I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to check out the stuff, bring some positive energy.
That's what's always been so funny to me about Toy Fair is it's literally all about toys, but everyone there is dressed in suits and they're like super professional and like business-like. So it's just the contrast is so funny to me as you walk around.
I have the feeling that this quarantine thing here and your chat thing, super chat, whatever, will go on for a while. So I will prepare more exclusive content. In a few weeks,
yes,
I will upload a video John can show because we did this whole Lego thing on Toy Fair. Of course we did, like Lego, but we also did some exciting videos showing new products, which you need when you have a swimming pool.
Yeah, we've been wondering where that footage is.
Yeah, I still have stuff, This is crazy. You kind of think now you're lacking all the shows. You don't have to move and walk around and jump around on any events. You have so much time. It's the opposite. Because life is different, and I have children, of course, there are so many videos I still need to upload. It's totally weird. There's still my Chicago vlog. It's like I have content. It's all here. I can show you where it is right now, okay? It's all here on this place. It's all here. So it's not gone. And I hope I will find the time very soon to upload all the stuff. So we've done very crazy videos at Toy Fair too, because again, all those guys in suits and look very serious, and then us.
Yeah, basically just go around like trolling Toy Fair booths.
Like you got to bring some fun to it.
Right, they love it. They're like, "Oh, this is the most fun I've had all day." Like, no one ever wants to just like try out have fun with the product.
Right, and that leaves a good impression with those people too. Like, you want to have fun and show enthusiasm for all this stuff. Like, why wouldn't you want to be that way?
I think the most important questions I asked. There was kind of a boat you can sit in. And you can swim and
like an inflatable tube type of company.
Yes, and you have two controllers, and then it's like a racing boat, It
was motorized.
And I asked him if the batteries are included. I'm the only guy in the whole world thinking of the batteries right now, and he didn't know. So I'm not sure because and then I told him, okay, if the batteries are included, I will buy it. If not,
I won't buy it. You just won't.
Because, I want the whole package. I will grab it and then go to the sea and start right now. Not looking for batteries and like the Super Mario thing,
Yeah, so what you had your hands on all this stuff too. So how are you feeling in general about all the Mario stuff?
I give you the true answer here.
Okay.
I gave the sets to Carsten, who did a great review. he is into playing, and he did some reviews for us in the past, like Lego Boost. And my daughter, she had really fun with it. So we did the stream, and she built like 5 sets, and I was sitting there and helping with some bricks and stuff. But she really enjoys playing it. She really had fun with it.
Good.
And I tried it first time on the stream, somehow build a level, and there is this issue that I really think I'm not the person who can grab a figure and hit Lego bricks.
Okay.
This is for any reason, because I'm always looking for, is there something wrong, and I love clean bricks, and it's enjoyable, and I see some people really have fun with it. I don't talk, we know Lego is expensive. It's an expensive hobby. So don't think there's an issue with the price in general, because we always see like 30% off or so. So this is fine, because the amount of bricks is very good. There are a lot of nice new bricks. I love many figures, like Yoshi is great, and this brick build figures. The idea is very interesting. But for me, as Lego fan and Nintendo fan, for any reason, it's not really enjoyable to play. Maybe I need I think you mentioned it. I checked in 1 hour ago, and I watched for 2 minutes, and I think you were talking about like now you have time to enjoy it. You've done all the reviews. Yeah. And for me, maybe it's the same, because I was so like hyped in the first moment, and then I saw maybe it's not the biggest deal on earth for me. And then I try really hard, and maybe there was too much pressure to actually, I have to love it.
Right.
And I don't. And now I feel, actually, I can show you, because what I did, I think this gift with purchase, which Lego sent to us, is one of the finest bits so far. Yeah. Because you really see what is going on.
Right.
And it's, of course, it's possible that you hit this, and you've done a review about this as well. So, and then this flips out. But for me, it's always the thought, if you've done this like 2 or 3 times, it's somehow over, because you know what is happening.
Right.
And even if you build other levels, I mean, this is not easy to build this challenge on your own. So of course you can build your own level and add more bricks and make it look better somehow. Yeah. To summarize all my thoughts here, I would love to love it. It's and I still think the figure is cute, but I would love to see mini figures. I would like to build my own Mario Kart cruise. Right. And for me, it's not actually important to play with it.
Right.
I would love
that's for you. That's for you compared to kids. I've seen all the kids like love it, and that interactive Mario figure, like, and when you build the NES, you'll see when you put the Mario on top of the NES, that moment that a Mario figure couldn't output sound and be interactive with that. Like, that in itself is so unique. And if anything, if you get the starter course and you disregard everything else, just playing around with Mario is where the fun is going to be for a lot of kids longer term.
I think what people need, I know for me, what made the like championship so fun and why I enjoyed the set so much was there was that challenge, and you were like going for a goal. And I think maybe that's where the app comes in. I know they'll have like weekly challenges and stuff like that in the app. So I think that is a big part of it, because if you're just sitting down, you build it and you play through it and you're like, okay, I'm done. But if you've got you and a group of friends and you're making challenges for each other, you're like setting different goals, I think then you can continue to have a lot of play value there. You can change things up, and it continues to be a lot of fun. But you need kind of, I guess, more of like a community aspect to it, of people who are like challenging themselves together to try out, to get the most coins or kill the most enemies, whatever it might be.
Yeah, and Milan in the chat is like, Brian is triggered. Like, I'm not upset if anybody doesn't like Mario. I only ask that people give it a fair shake and then have a constructive opinion as to what they would change or what they don't like about it. If you're gonna be here and say, well, the Mario is dumb because it's not a minifigure, well, that's not the point of this figure. That's not the market it's for. Like, you got to think of it from a different perspective. So that's the only way. But like, yeah, if you don't like it because, you know, the technology doesn't do anything for you, sure, fine. But it looks really cool. It looks really cute.
Yeah.
You know, he does look terrifying when the eyes are off, obviously. But like, hey, you know, it's going to happen.
Again, there's a lot of play value with it. You can do many things. You can create your own levels. And for any reason, you know, I think maybe there's a little bit of disappointment because I was first I heard of it. I thought, okay, they're going to be the Zelda castle. They're going to be the Mario Kart race. You know, it was like I was really hyped. And then I saw, okay, they put so much ideas in it, and I think they did a really good job to create something unique. This is really special. We haven't seen before. And of course, you can cheat, but you can cheat your whole life.
Right.
I mean, that's not the deal. But I see when people are mentioning, hey, you can just go this way, and I mean, you really have to go into it and take your. And my daughter was really excited, and I gave the sets to Carsten because I just wasn't sure. It's not that, I mean, I could write a review like, I don't like it. It's possible, but I'm still not sure. It's
right.
For me, it's like, you know, I still have to, again, I think in a few weeks, I have the sets here. I will try it again, play with my daughter and see what this makes with me. And hopefully, of course, we will see more sets. And I'm really, really looking forward to build the Nintendo Entertainment System.
You're going to love it, Andres.
Mario on it, you know, so there's and there's one more thing I would like to add. This is not meant to be for adult fans of Lego.
Nope.
This is a toy for children. And of course, we can enjoy it as well. It's totally fine. But this is a play set really made for children. This is totally fine because Lego is a toy company. We will see. But I think there are many nice elements in it, printed elements, and nice figures. Some I like more, some I like less. But all in all, it's really interesting, and we will see what the future will bring, and whatnot. We'll see.
The tree is done, Joshua.
The tree is done. Yes.
Oh,
It looks
Nice.
exactly like the tree in the Lego house. You've got all the different branches with the different scenes. As a build experience, there's a lot of like 1x1 pieces that go into making the leaves, which that's never super fun to me, to have a lot of little tiny pieces you have to keep putting on. But it's very, very strong structurally through the middle. You get like Technic supports in there, so very sturdy build. And then I think it looks very good when it's finished. You've got the Lego house minifig here as well, so I think it'll look very good in the studio background here.
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yes.
It's a lovely build. I have it here in City as well. Good job, Joshua.
Thank you. And I guess with that'll be finishing it up for us today on the stream. So I'm glad you could join, Andreas. We could get some of your further thoughts on Nintendo. It's always good to get different perspectives there. Did you watch Brian's ASMR video and Boone's autopsy? Those are the two must-watch Nintendo videos.
I've seen the video Boone did to look inside the figure. This is really interesting.
Now,
From
did you have to watch Brian's ASMR video? Those are the two most important.
But I've seen a few of Brian's as well. And again, we will see what the time might bring to me. He's here. He is in my studio.
Yes, it's good.
There we go. Well, thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Kirk, Brian, always good to chat with you guys. Get some building in. I guess, Brian, were you going to finish the Friends set next week?
I will continue the Friends set, hopefully finish it, but who knows?
Okay.
By the way, I haven't seen any brick. Brian, I'm really building a Lego set there.
I have it over here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can
Is this a challenge?
No, just asking. Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the Lego Friends set? The Lego idea? I thought you're building a Lego Friends set.
No. The Friends
sorry.
TV show. Yeah.
It's a lovely set. It's a lovely set.
Absolutely.
Mila will see my in my office. Yeah, great. Okay, great. Thank you, everybody.
Yes. And with that, that'll finish it out for us on this Tuesday. We'll see everyone next